Go for it.
Perfect. Welcome back, everybody. We're going to be picking up after the last session. The party is on Yavin and going through a bit of a Jedi trial on the planet. They made their way there after having to find a way to take care of these younglings they had managed to acquire that were addicted to Land of Till's emissions. So they actually reached out to a two who led them to a little hidden enclave on the fourth moon of Yavin. So they found the Jedi kind of hiding out there in one of the old Sith temples, being led by Noru's former master, Master Hadlar. Once on the planet, Rin got to show off her great lightsaber skills and beat down one of the Padawans, earning both the masters and some of the Jedi's respect. As well as kind of allowing him to have her take the trial as well. After this, the Master Hadlar led them to a little kind of vault within the temple, filled with numerous different crystals from kind of around the Republic. Some of the old Jedi's old stores that were stolen once they lost control of the temple on Coruscant, but Tu used some of his connections to, let's say, reacquire them back for the group. So once in the kind of the temple room, the group was able to kind of connect with the force and find the crystal that matched what they wanted to pursue. It chose that for their own crystal. Afterwards, the group then set out and basically uh, were told by Master Hadlar that he kind of sensed that their presence was in the Force was off. It seems like the numerous wars between the Mandalorian War, which many of them fought in, or the kind of Jedi Civil War, just in general, their presence in the Force was off. Looks like they're almost in conflict with them against themselves. So he decided to have them go on their own little trial to both connect with their crystal as well as kind of reform themselves or kind of get back with an alignment within the Force. So the group set out from there, and as they were going through, the presence in the dark side kept growing greater and greater. They discovered that the Jedi were actually able to hide out on the planet due to the kind of the great dark side presence of the Force, allowing them to kind of almost go invisible against any Sith who'd be looking for them. But while they're going through this, they actually were. Rin was confronted with one of her old rivals in a Force vision, taunting her, as well as the group found some of the people from the past appear within visions and assault them. It took some time, and for some it was harder than others, but eventually they were able to find the calm within themselves or connect to the Force the way they kind of find their own connection to the Force and were able to dispel the illusions, and he began to proceed forward.
Except for me.
So, yeah, you needed
Everyone
a bit of help. You needed,
except for me.
uh,
We all found peace except for Noru, because PTSD be hard.
yeah, so Nora had a rough go of that portion, and then unfortunately, Will had a rough luck attuning to the crystal with a Vry, not a Vry. It seemed like a Vry, but roll 20 just against him. That uh,
Yeah.
Perfect. So that's where we'll pick off there. So we got Gil back with us too. So Gil, you were initially left on the ship. You say we got. Why was Gil left on the ship initially, Gil?
This do I need to explain?
Okay. You don't need.
Yeah.
I was if you got something cool you can throw in, but basically we'll say yeah, you kind of come back to yourself and realize that you were missed the group and are going to catch up. As you are running out there, Master Hadlar will give you a crystal himself. So you have your own crystal to begin the trials with, too. And for everybody else, too, I had them to kind of decide or kind of go through and pick what type of crystal they would go for. If there's a certain color or style, they both got the kind of the crystals for Ilum, the blue and greens, as well as some of the artificial crystals that may have the other different colors. They've got a pretty wide array, so you can find something that may connect with Gil, if that's kind of your desire there.
First of all, Did Gil get introduced to this man as he was trying to go out, or does this man walk up to Gil like he already knows him?
It's
I'd
like,
say
yo, what I miss?
so as you exit the ship, you see an older human master. You see he's got kind of burn marks across his eyes. Who walks up to you, but even though you could tell he doesn't have functioning eyes, he clearly knows where he's walking, and kind of gives you a brief nod. And introduces himself and says, I am Master Hedlar. My former apprentice told me that there was another who may be joining them. I assume that is you.
Yep. Wicked scar. And he kind of winces as he tried not to mention it first.
It is Gil. Are you all kind of kitted up too?
What do you mean by kitted up?
Kind of all your usual gear and stuff.
Yeah, so he's wearing his Mandalorian stuff. He's got several guns strapped to him, a big old sword on his back, knucklers to his side, a little bit of walking armor as he just extends out one of his forehands.
Perfect. So you don't. The master doesn't really seem too perturbed, but you could do see some of the knights in the distance, kind of glaring your direction, especially with you kind of with that full Mandalorian gear. You could definitely tell they weren't too happy to see you kind of stumble out of the ship. But Master Hadlar, you said you extended your hand.
Yes.
So he will almost slowly, but he does extend his hand out. It says, well, I was told you were part of the group that saved the younglings. And I guess it takes all kinds from the Force. So you are welcome here as well.
Yeah, I don't know if they told you or not, but I'm the one who handed them the guns. Great shot, that one. uh, Actually, on second thought, I don't think I should tell you which one took a great shot. I'll let you figure that out for yourself. Bit of a surprise.
You see him just like you see him pause for a second, and even without trying, you could feel through the force. He just kind of reaches out for patience. It just he looks back at you with his bird eyes and says, "They warned me, but I believe this trial can help you as well." And actually, Gil, give me a DC, give me a wisdom save.
Alrighty then. I forgot my modifier to wisdom. Let's go.
So you feel him, you kind of feel him reaching out with the force. You feel him kind of probing around, kind of use your aura within the force, and kind of, it's kind of almost like he's taking a sample of you. And you see him kind of shake his head a little bit and says, it's sad to see a former Jedi fall so far. I've offered your friends the chance to hopefully confront the darkness within themselves and refine their path within the Force. I offer you the same chance, due to your aid in rescuing our younglings and protecting them during their journey. I would offer you a crystal as well to help you within your journey to further connect with your own self as well as perfect your connection with the Force. But we will not have you push our younglings or even yourself to the dark side. Make sure to keep yourself in check.
Listen, I'll take the crystal. I'll take the trial because I remember how important those were. But, uh, I just do what comes naturally, man. Dark side, light, it's kind of just everything for me at the moment. I wouldn't say I've fallen so much as I've figured out how to rise above. The Force brought me to the Mandalorians for a reason, and I feel like they were my home for as long as I was there.
You see him shake his head and says, well, I believe you are lost, but the Force has been known to find those who are lost. Hurry now, and you can catch your friends. And you see him kind of start walking back towards the temple.
Before he fully goes inside, Gil's gonna actually call over to him.
Hey, when I get back, I'm seeing some of your some of your Jedi, some of the younger ones, in fact, may be up for a bit of a duel. They got that look to 'em.
You see him smile, kind of a smile almost despite himself, and says, that they do. They've been eager for practice since their time on Yavin. I would once you return from your adventures, we'd be more than happy to have you display your own gift skills of the blade as well.
Oh, I would love that. Force be with you. I won't be long.
All right, Tessa, you head off into the forest. And give me a force check as you go in there.
I feel like this is going to be harsh. Yeah, I felt it. I felt it before it happened.
Damn, the dark side user. Oh boy, what was he saying now?
Welcome to the crew, man.
Oh, and I forgot to ask you, what does your crystal look like?
He'd probably get a surprisingly normal crystal with the one thing that it does have the rarer color of purple.
Nice.
The hunted are gonna become the hunters. For too long here.
Perfect. So you grab the crystal, you make your way into the forest, and you feel kind of the dark side energy spread around you. For you, this and how does Gil feel about the dark side energy spread around him? Well, what's his reaction to feeling kind of a place kind of almost soaked in the dark side?
That's a rough one. Gil usually just goes with what's natural to him, and more recently, I will admit that has been the dark side. Feeling all this swirl around him, to be blunt, it kind of starts drawing out some of that bloodthirst of his. Like, he's ready. He gets a bit more energy, he gets a bit more pumped up, but at the same time, he starts to get less focused, more just excited.
Perfect. All right, so you got to feel that bloodlust and reaching out with the force. You try to kind of connect with your crystal, but unfortunately, you feel it feels a little foreign to you, kind of at the moment. You haven't really been able to build that connection as of yet. But you do. I got a feeling that pumped up, feeling the dark side flow through you a bit. You are able to catch up with the other team members as they're just finishing up their fight against the kind of dark side specters.
Hey, you guys look terrible. Did I miss a fight?
I
Please
feel
tell me I
terrible.
didn't.
On an existential level, yes.
Scale of 1 to 44, I'm at a solid 11.
Ool's just standing there brooding, just frustrated about the whole situation.
And we'll go over to Ool, that's sort of just comforting. But and then start giving a little bit of a rundown to Gil. Yeah, basically just a bunch of dark side temptations. You know, I saw an old rival of mine, then my mom showed up. It was a whole time.
That's rough, buddy. I'm gonna be glad. I'm kind of glad I dodged that, but I got some weight on my shoulders. All four of them.
Yeah,
If
you
any
missed
of
some
you
fun
need to
stuff.
talk or need like some comfort, physical affection, like maybe big bull Mandalorian, but I'm here.
I think we've had enough existential therapy for one day. And, you know,
Well, the Force does it by throwing rocks at you and.
or in this
hallucinations
case,
and
getting
hoping-
shot, yeah, or stabbed, or thrown against the wall,
Yeah,
Ooh.
or
etc.
lightning, or a lightsaber. Yeah,
It's just a
Ping
number
is
of
like-
things.
there's a lot of ways to die. I'm just saying.
Yeah, Ping is secretly like plotting, like, wonder what we'll call our Sith Empire when we build it. As I'm turning and looking at all the Jedi.
Uh-huh.
The Babysitter's Club.
Yeah.
You guys got these crystals too? I got one. I'm not really too much of a fan of it. More of a Blades guy nowadays.
Mm.
Mine isn't much a fan of myself, apparently, so...
Yeah. I don't like forcing these things. I don't think this crystal's for me.
Me and my crystal have a lot of baggage we're trying to work through.
Oh, mine and my crystals, we're great. We're like this.
We're like besties.
We're besties. Let's hope we can keep it up.
It is a real group spread on that one. Ping and
Yeah.
Red are just like loving their crystals, and everybody else is
It's just
a little
like, where's the Jedi?
bit-
Like I'm over in the corner, just like precious.
Yeah.
Just like
I'm
this
just
crystal and I are
having
just
conversations.
vibing.
Perfect.
Real fast. Ren, do you want me to, like, patch you up to the force real fast, or you fine?
Yeah, I mean, if you'd like to, I'd appreciate it. And I have some tech points, but I'd like to save them for if we end up going into combat again.
I'm gonna cast Force Heal if I can.
For sure.
Gil's just gonna give life to Ren.
Thank you.
Yep.
Feels a good bit better. Ready to trudge on forward.
I got a good roll with that.
Yeah, dang, nice. Alrighty, yeah, I'm ready to go after being healed up.
Perfect. All right, so you guys continue through the forest, heading your way to the former temple for Exar Kun. And everybody but Ren, give me a wisdom check.
Woo!
Saver check.
Give a
Save,
what
actually.
check?
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
Yes, let's do it. Let's get it out of here.
Get all these bad rolls out. Come on, guys.
Yeah, well, you are up
Wow.
first. Roll me a d4.
4 more apparitions come out of the shadows.
3 more.
We start back up.
All right. So, Wool, as you kind of walk through the forest, you feel the dark side almost feeding off of kind of the negative energy as you're kind of trying to connect with the crystal. You see another time, too, that you failed in the past. As you kind of come up, you see the forest almost give you a vision of the last time, or kind of Wool's greatest failure during his time as a Jedi, or even just within his life. So what would Wool see kind of as the force reaches out to him?
Going back to when my main mentor was looking to split off and wanted me to come along, and his apprentice, I forget his name, that we kind of fought with at on Kessel. Was that Ardo or something?
Ardo, yeah, Lord
Okay.
Ardo.
So Ardo did a pretty convincing job to have Kaido go along with him. And Uul could not do enough to sway him otherwise. So just replaying that incident of not being able to, do enough to keep him from going down that path. I would say coming out of this vision, and given very recent events as well, if nothing else immediately happens, it actually reinforces some of the current thought process that Ull's going through.
Definitely. Yeah, nothing happens as you come out. You just see both your master and Lord Ardo kind of walking off together, and just kind of see the numerous reports you've seen throughout the Jedi Civil War and afterwards, of the different atrocities they've committed, the different things the Sith have done with your master Kyoto Ki and Lord Ardo leading them, just the devastation they have brought in their wake. And then you kind of come to yourself within the Force.
Definitely, visibly, probably, heavy breathing and whatnot coming out of that. like catching, snapping almost out of a dream. Yeah, but beyond that, probably wouldn't really say anything to anybody else. Did we we're not walking into something. Would this be something that I walked into?
More just kind of with the dark side permeating the area.
Okay.
It kind of goes after.
I was
kind of
only
where
gonna
things are
say,
weak.
yeah, I was only gonna say otherwise I might stop people from going forward, but yeah.
Yeah, so you just kind of feel the force, and probably the rest of you may feel the force flare up a bit. Then you kind of see will come to, but yeah, you don't see any apparitions appear, anything kind of come outside of or kind of come out through the force to attack you guys as you're moving through.
Anyone else feel a little jazzed up right now?
The most dangerous dark side power, forced depression.
Oh no. Yeah, you'd say that we could at least sense a little bit that this is coming from Uhl.
All right, so you definitely feel it around. You can definitely make a force check if you'd like, or perception check to see if you can kind of determine where it's directed at.
Yeah, Ren would definitely still be on edge given both mommy Ren showing up and the last sort of encounter with the guy. So I'm gonna make a perception check. And
Stop shooting me, please.
Mom, stop shooting me.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so you kind of reach out with the force, and you do feel that it's kind of surrounding you, but you can definitely feel that it looks like it's almost targeting Uhl as it kind of gathers its full power.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Ren would sort of go next to Uhl a little bit, not wanting to draw too much attention to it, and just sort of put a hand on his shoulder and say, are you all right, Uhl? I sensed something about the force almost going after you.
Take a moment and at first just kind of staring off blankly, but then eventually turn and acknowledge Ren and just say, take a moment, taking her in, that she's there, and look at her and say, I'm just glad that you're here with me for this journey, as you do a lot to keep me grounded, but don't stop that.
Ren sort of nod and smile and say, the feeling is mutual, my friend. Now, let us continue on.
Perfect. So you guys are able to kind of continue moving through the forest. You eventually get closer to the temple. And you see it looks like the temple is almost kind of situated on top of a peak. So you see a little bit of a mountainous situation. You can see that in front of you with a little bit of clearing through the trees the closer you get towards the peak itself. So you guys see that in front of you. You can definitely take a look around to see if there's a good way to get up or how you guys want to traverse it.
Could, I don't know, look around, see the paths, do the acrobats.
So are you looking for a path or kind of a good spot to climb?
I'm gonna try to scout out a path.
All right, give me a perception check. So Noru's used to a more kind of urban environment, especially after his time on Skip 1, and just doesn't really see a good path through the foliage near the peak, or not really seeing any good handholds from his view.
You know what? I'm gonna trust in the force and just do it anyway, and just try to climb.
You said it was like the greenery is up surrounding the base to get to the temple?
Definitely. So you see the kind of like a peak or a little bit of a mountain range with a temple on the top of the range. You do see kind of at the bottom where you guys are, the trees kind of clear out, but there is still kind of a lot of foliage and other kind of jungle plants surrounding the bottom of the peak.
Would I be good to take acrobatics, or would that be athletics?
If you're gonna go for a straight climb, that would be athletics.
Let's go.
All right, is everybody else climbing too?
I mean, is this
Never
a pretty lengthy trek up the mountain? I would assume.
Not super high, so like kind of high. Like would be about 120-ish feet. So not like too crazy, but decently long.
Gil has
Should have
the
took the
athlete
way
feat.
of the agile.
40 yards.
What's that do? Oh, sweet. Yeah, so you can climb a little bit faster, which makes sense with your forearms too. So, yeah. All right. Perfect. So is everybody? Oh, and that's a rough roll, Nor. That's
Okay, I try and then I fail. Would it be able to? You know, it's always when I'm like, I probably have a grappling hook by now. Still don't have a grappling hook.
No, do you want me to carry you?
I'm not a child. I do not need to be carried. I will find my way.
Are
up
you
here.
sure?
I'm pretty sure.
perfect sense. Doru, you try to get up that first little leg, but you're not really able to. You kind of took a quick look and kind of like, I can do this, and just really weren't able to find your handholds. So you try to sit there and just try to find the handholds, try to pull yourself up a bit, but before finding this is not a good spot to start from.
Yeah, I have a -1 to my strength modifier, which is offset because I'm proficient in athletics. But
I will, as
Yeah.
as a member of the group who is a little bit better in this department, I'll go and place a hand on Noru's shoulder and give him guidance as I also begin making the trek.
wait a second, why do I have?
Try and
a-
help him bring him up a little bit as well.
Why do I have a
Perfect.
+0 to athletics?
I say if you had a
Have
proficiency, you should be able to
I
+2
should
at
have-
least.
I should have.
Led by the Force, Sentinel.
Oh, that's it.
yeah.
That's it.
Oh,
See,
Gil's
Okay.
gonna be
see,
climbing.
Gil
too.
knows. Gil,
Alright.
Gil, you know.
perfect. Everybody, give me an initiative roll first, actually.
All right.
And the place comes alive, and now you have to battle the temple.
The temple stands up.
You seen that meme, and it's just like you enter a warehouse. Is that like a warehouse, or is that like a warehouse? And they're like, it is now.
Yes, yes. yes. Perfect. Yeah. So everybody roll one initial athletics check to kick you off. Noru and Gil, you guys are good. Oh, Noru, Gil, and Ren, you guys are good. So Ping and Wool, unless you guys have some other way that you can kind of suppose that you guys would climb the rock or get up that rock.
Will was just gonna go and
would I need
trek.
a reroll?
No, you're good. So no, you're kind of that as your first, and Wool, not Wool. Gil has his first. That was go through everybody's name that time to get that, as well as Ren. So Ping and Wool, unless they have some alternative methods, can definitely roll an athletics
Okay.
check.
Oh, come
Ping would like to
on.
take a moment before he climbs and just try to like sense the force around him. Try to kind of ride the waves of the dark energies around him, and just see if the force can kind of guide him in a direction.
But, give me a force check for that. Nice. Yeah, so makes sense. Ping kind of takes a little bit of time while everybody's kind of starting their climb. Just reach out to the force, kind of see if he can bend it to his will and find an easier spot to climb. You do find a little bit of some small range where you can definitely fit up on your own. Make it a little quicker, a little easier, a little less strain on your kind of muscles to climb up it.
All right, nice. So then, yeah, Ping will climb.
All right, so as everybody else, so let me see if I have people in initiative, but based off initial athletics rolls, actually only Gil makes much progress up the mountain. And actually, you've got that feat, so you make a bit of progress up the mountain.
Seriously, does anyone want me to carry them? Genuinely, no problem. I'd actually enjoy it.
Let me add to the initiative.
Yeah, I'm not on there either. I didn't click. So.
Oh, yeah. So
How far
Oh,
up there is
of course.
Gil at this point?
And then pink Ool's 10. All right, so Gil, you are up again. So you give me another athletics save, and then just a straight D20.
Athletics again. Oh, the dark side's feeling him, but he's slipping, man. He's starting to slip compared to last time.
So yeah, you are not able to make any progress. All right, sweet. So you're not able to make any progress, and as you're climbing up, you're kind of reached into the dark side yourself, but you feel something almost push back against you. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Is this something I can see?
You can't see it. You just kind of, as you're reaching out, you feel something kind of hurl back at you through the forest.
17.
Nice. So as you're kind of climbing up, reached into the forest, you feel like almost like a strong hand trying to push you down. But luckily, it's either through your Mandalorian grit or your forearms, you're able to keep yourself rooted and dodge the worst of it and keep yourself still on the mountain.
And with that, he'll look down and kind of call out, "Hey, careful! Forrest is doing some mumbo jumbo up here. Wow, what? Watch where you climb. Try not to fall down."
All right, Noru, you're up. So how are you going to proceed forward up the mountain?
And I try to use my acrobatic prowess.
All right. Do you have a force jump or anything like that? Because basically what I do, if you have force jump, you can use that.
I could
if
use phase walk.
Yeah, you could phase walk it.
You do have guidance. You do have guidance on a
You have
check
guidance.
from
That
me
is
as well.
true.
Still,
That is very true.
Because you could definitely try. So basically, what we'll do if you don't have force jump, you could definitely do either an acrobatics or force check. We'll kind of use that. It'll be a little bit higher DC than the athletics check, but you'll also have to make like it'll be a good grabbing throw. Make another check. Let's say just make another dexterity. That's your thing. So we'll have you make a dexterity save if you jump to see if you can kind of grab onto the ledge and hold yourself in there for your next jump.
So one save to perform the acrobatics, the second to stick the landing, so to speak.
Exactly.
Okay, got it. Let's go.
All right. No, yeah, you got a D4 too to use when you need.
Can Gil use his?
restart the
if
game,
this-
please. Blow on the cartridge.
Is he
Turn it off,
falling
turn it
from
back
a
on.
high up space, or is that him trying to get up?
Yeah, he's on the ground right now. So yeah, you're not hurt at all. You just jump and you get pretty high too.
Why do I feel like this is like one of those Mario levels where like the floor is coming up to consume you, and we're like, no.
Yeah. So yeah, the D4 really wouldn't help too much there. You just needed
I'll just save it.
a.
Can I make a dexterity check to check my saving check?
So you won't need that. Actually, you're not on the mountain, so you're good. So you don't even need to roll D20. So yeah, you gotta jump up, but just not able to get a good purchase, or kind of a good leap to get you where you needed to be. So you gotta come back gracefully to the ground.
Noru is not having a good day.
You're just
Then
using up your
I can
bad
just
rolls
carry
now.
you.
You're just-
Just give me the word. I can carry you.
No.
Please, you're embarrassing yourself. It's hilarious. But you're my friend, so I can't laugh at it. It's like torture.
I didn't know we were friends.
All right, Rin. How are you gonna try to get up the mountain?
So I've been I've been sitting here looking up and down my character sheet trying to find something, and the best I got is something that an idea. I have I have 2 vibro claws. Could that potentially help me like get up the mountain at all?
Okay, yeah, so that kind of like be a little pick situation. Yeah, so if you do athletics, or you could definitely get like a little, we'll say, because those are 2 of them, we'll say that gives you like a +2, or actually we'll say +3 to any roll that you do for them, because it just kind of make it a little easier for you to dig in there.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have any special force jump stuff, and I don't really want to waste my phase walk here, so I guess I'm
You
just
could
gonna...
do, because you're force sensitive too, so you could do that same acrobatics thing that,
Yeah.
Nora, I'm blanking on names today. Nora was doing.
Sure, I'll try that, and I will, use my vibro claws to try and, like, really get me up there.
Sweet,
I'm
so
gonna be
we'll
like,
give out that
I'm gonna,
+3
I'm,
to
I'm
make it
gonna be
easier for your
like,
deck save
I'm
to
gonna be
catch
like,
on.
all right, make sure
Cool.
you grab it and you like jump in a certain way. I found
Yep.
out the hard way. Other way.
All right, so acrobatics and then deck save, yep?
Yep.
Okay, let's try this. Woo! And then, yeah, so, walk, and then,
Nice. And so Rin just kind of, you see Noru come back to the ground, and just Rin just really feeling the force today. Just pops up, rockets up to the mountain, and just latches in with both of her claws, keeping herself steady.
Mandos for life!
I'm surprised nobody took a grappling hook. I always pick a grappling hook for all my characters.
I usually take a grappling hook, but this time I was like,
Anybody have a rope?
I figure I'm gonna try to get a jetpack at some point, so we'll see.
Nice. All right, Ool, you are up. How's Ool gonna try to actually, no, sorry, Rin, roll me a d20.
Oh, yeah, forgot about that. With D20.
Nice. Yeah, so you feel, this is Rin's day with the Force. So you feel it, you feel the dark side kind of coming towards you, but luckily, through luck or just sheer determination, Rin is just able to push through it, and nothing pushes back against her.
Probably a combination of both.
All right, Ool, how's he coming up the mountain?
All right. As I, go to head off, slip or something under my feet and just come down short and don't make any progress, and further lays on the frustration, and I look to the Force to realize that I need some help here. It seems that I'm just struggling so much, and I just kind of close my eyes and catch myself thinking, through passion I gain strength, guide myself, and then go for it again.
Nice. It works. So Ool begins kind of chanting the Sith code in his mind, and he feels it. He feels the dark side kind of almost embrace him a bit, and is able to easily climb up part of the mountain. And do you have athlete too? Because I think you have a strength throw 1 too, don't you?
What's that?
Do you have athlete as well? Or
Athlete? Like a...
the feet?
No.
I thought you. Okay, no, I thought you had some type of strength feat.
Durable and... What else did I
Oh yeah,
take?
you took durable.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll me a second d20 though. Okay. Yeah, that's you reach into the dark side. You feel it embrace you, but you also feel it start to try to drive into you a bit. You see it kind of reaching, kind of its tendrils within your mind. Give me a charisma saving throw.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, oh no.
This is not Ool's day. Yeah, you reach, you feel like kind of the dark side running into your mind. And you feel it just almost as you feel like you're kind of chanting this mantra with strength bringing you passion. You also hear a voice whisper, but there's also fear. And you will have the frightened condition. You're almost frightened of the mountain, of the dark side, the power that it contains. So you will have a disadvantage on the next ability check for next round.
Alrighty.
Which hopefully it will go better for you. I don't know if you've got to sacrifice a goat or something for roll 20, but like something. something.
Oh,
It knows I left it for Foundry. That's what happened.
That's what it is. Yeah,
It's mad. Yeah.
it's jealous. Yeah. All right, Ping. How's Ping getting up the mountain?
So after kind of attuning with the force a little bit there, goes over to the path he found, kind of looks over at Noru, who's struggling, and just shakes his head. And he goes, always these young men with brawn over faith. And then I will try to attempt to use, and it's going to go terribly, force leap, which allows me to use my force modifier when I make jumps. And can I then try to make a kind of jump to get a good placement on the mountain?
Oh, definitely. Yes. So with force leap, give me an acrobatics check, but basically that's going to be kind of like Gil's athlete thing where it's going to let you move further than you normally would. So
Okay,
you'll be able to kind of leap up, and depending on how you definitely get 1 square for sure for free for using the power, and you may be able to get 2 squares too.
All right. You said acrobatics?
Yep.
All right.
It says you are able to kind of get up there. You still have a bit of a hard time trying to get the landing, so give me that deck save. We'll see how far, if you're able to keep that higher perch.
All right. Ooh, this is going to go terrible.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah, because you jump up, you're able to kind of get that height, but you start falling quicker than you would initially have expected. But luckily, you're able to reach your hand out lightning fast and grab on and kind of hold true there.
Nice.
And give me a d20 as well.
All right.
Oh.
All right, hold on. We got to do this. here.
All these young men and their athletics and
There
brawn.
we go. Get all that out of the way.
Oh,
Oh, that's still a rough.
Even a lot of ones in that too. For
Good amount of 20s.
Oh, you
it's
got-
Oh.
all right, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Alright.
You feel the dark side kind of wrapping around you, almost attempting to stun you in place. Ooh, this is not going to be good. All right, you feel the dark side wrap around you, and it's kind of plaguing your mind, attacking you from all angles. And after a moment, you realize you can't move. And after the second, you feel your grip start to slip, and you fall to the ground. Give me a straight d20.
Can Gil attempt to catch him?
No, but Uul can if you'd like.
He's just falling like down the mountain, or is he
He is
falling like?
falling- Oh yeah, down the mountain.
Okay, not like off a cliff.
Oh no, yeah, he lost his grip, so he's just falling kind of straight back down the mountain.
Okay.
Can I try to, like, get under?
Sorry, I don't think I'm focused enough to.
Oh yeah, you are frightened.
I've got too much going on. So.
I'll try to get underneath him to catch him.
Alright,
At the very least, cushion him with the force a little bit.
I had to roll the d20 to see if you'd kind of come to as you were falling, Ping, but you are stunned out like a rock. Noru, give me an athletics check to see if you are able to catch him without hurting yourself or him.
Yeah.
Nice,
With
alright.
the D4.
You could, so yeah, definitely feel perfect. All right, because it's a DC 10 to do it with half the damage, DC 15 no damage. Noru, you are able to get under him and catch him in a way that doesn't hurt yourself and he doesn't smash into the ground.
Nice.
What was that? What was that you were mumbling before? I heard you mumbling something. I don't remember.
So
It
as Ping
was.
is just standing there frozen, like in Nora's arm, I'm giving him like some side eye.
I don't know what you were trying to say before. I just slipped my mind. Don't know what that was. Weird.
So, yeah, at least Pig is not bug splatter on the ground floor, because the counselor, they get that wizard HP, so it's not a fun fall for him.
A
Yeah.
20-foot drop.
Yeah, I was half health going in. That might have killed me.
Oh, it wouldn't. I think he has 16, so it wouldn't have killed you, but max damage gonna hurt for it. But Gil, you are up again. How are you
Gil
going up the
looking-
mountain?
Kind of normally, nice and steady with all four arms, getting good grips, and kind of feeling that dark side. He's not actively trying to let it flow through him. It's more like it's just kind of happening for him. And he looks down, seeing everyone else, and he just kind of sighs and he yells to them, "All right, you're all doing morning exercises with me tomorrow. We gotta fix this right here. Good catch, by the way."
I'm trained for agility, not for strength. All right. I don't
Green
feel
can
like that's
still
fair.
be mean.
I don't feel like that's fair.
He's gonna roll his athletics now.
I am lean, not.
Nice.
I'm like, look at this boy. Look at him with his forearms.
I see Gil just forearm Spider-Man crawls up the.
I could have carried one of you. I'm too high up now. Oh no.
Give me a D20 roll again.
Did
Nice.
someone say the force?
And so this time you feel the force kind of peer into you, but it does not try to push you back. It just seems like it's almost taking stock of you.
Let's see, and with that, also, as a bonus action, Gil can actually use one of his abilities of his, if I can find it. Way of the Fly Knock.
I just realized that I
Oh,
don't
nice.
have to catch him. I have
What?
slow descent.
Oh yeah. May want to
Now
say that as you guys get a
remembering
little
his
higher,
force
though.
powers.
You may want to say it. All right. Yeah. Sweet. So yeah, that's. Oh, are you raging?
Wait, does he need to be while raging? Oh. He's not raging.
Okay.
Dang. Alright then. Sadly, no leap for him.
Isn't Dubak's instincts just the best?
Pretty much.
It's just
Yeah.
like, why would you not take it? I'll take half damage from almost everything. Why not?
Definitely a powerful instinct on that one. All right, Noru, you are up. So you and Ping kind of at the bottom of the divide. You see your friends up higher. And Gil just kind of climbing away. How is Noru going to try to climb up this mountain?
Uh, um, hmm. I would say let's double or nothing, but you know, like, why not? Why not? I'll go for another athletics check.
Athletics? Okay.
Or not yeah, sure. Why not athletics?
All right. Nice. So,
Damn.
Catching ping just revitalized my muscles.
Your spirits are lifted now.
Yes, I'm all prepared and ready to go. Just like,
you feel the force kind of racing through you, and especially after Gil's taunting a bit, you are able to race up, and with a nat 20, I will give you 2 squares.
Oh,
So you are able to move up the mountain, just kind of using the force, finding some good handholds, and make your way up the cliff.
Ooh, lean can be mean. Keep it up.
okay. Catch up to you in a
Roll me
bit.
a 1d20 too.
D20. Alright, this is where I get the one.
Not a 1.
It's not great though.
Alright. You feel kind of not Gil felt earlier. You feel the force kind of swirling around you and almost starting to push back against you as you were climbing. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Alright, I got a +7 to this. So it's likely that I'm not
Pretty
going to fail.
Don't say that. Yeah.
Ooh.
Why did you say that?
Why did you say that?
Why
Why'd you say
did
that?
you say it? You knew what would happen.
You jinxed it twice, man. All right. You feel the force kind of swell up around you and just begin to like hammer down at you. You feel just kind of like almost like force pushes you felt from other Sith and Jedi that you fought. You just feel it kind of hammering down. Give me one more dex. What are you gonna do?
Can I, wait, so am I falling or am I?
You are about to be falling. You
Okay.
can give
Gosh.
me another dexterity saving throw to see if you're able to catch yourself before you hit the ground.
Yo!
So it pushes you down, but luckily you are able to kind of gather your wits about you and are able to grab a hold of a rock and keep yourself aloft without taking any damage.
Okay, so I fell 5 feet.
Oh, no, basically, with this, each square is pretty much 30 feet. So
Oh,
you
30.
fell. Yeah.
Whoa. So I fell 30 feet
Yeah.
before. Wow. Wow, guys, we could die. Like,
Yeah.
this is dangerous. You should have got climbing equipment.
All right, so Noru makes it through unscathed. And Ren, you're up.
Alrighty. Same deal as last time. I'm gonna use my claws, try and boost myself up, and yeah, not fall down a whole bunch. Hopefully.
I'm gonna prepare slow descent in case anyone else falls.
Appreciate you. Okay.
Just in case. Just in case.
Acrobatics check.
Nice.
Oh. And I'm going to dexterity save to try and latch on with the +3 for my claws.
Perfect. Yeah, Ren is just feeling the force and climbing the mountain. Give me a D20 check.
Yeah, let's see how this one goes.
Nice. Once again, the force is just feeling the Mandalorian today, and you don't feel it. You see it kind of just recognize your presence, but nothing pushes back against you.
Yeah, I'll just I'm very quiet during this time, only pausing for a moment during my ascent here to offer words of encouragement to Uhl. But otherwise, just keeping up. I'll just say, "You got this. Come on, not that far."
Alright, well, you are up. You feel kind of the terror from the mountains to the dark side plaguing you. So give me a climbing check with however you do it with disadvantage.
All right.
And so you kind of struggle. You feel like initially the strength just within you, but just not really coming through. Give me a dexterity saving throw as well. No, this won't have disadvantage. Oof. Yeah, you feel you gotta try to climb, but just with you're so cautious with your hand placement, you just kind of slip with the tear. You do start to plummet towards the ground. Actually, I'll just roll that. So, you gotta crash down, taking 9 kinetic damage.
Alrighty. Do I lose the fear effect, or is that still on?
Oh no, you lost that. That's at the end of your last turn.
All right.
Well, I need to come back down there. Help you guys out. I can. It's no problem to me.
Ping, you're up.
Great. So after kind of tumbling down last time, Ping is going to get up pretty embarrassed. He's going to crouch down and try force leap, and he's just going to try to throw everything into it.
All right. Nice. So there, force leap in that. Give me a dexterity saving throw to catch yourself. You should be able to get back where Ren is. Nice. Yeah, you were able to leap up and catch yourself again.
Nice.
Give me a d20.
Oh,
Was
Perfect.
I able to
There we go.
catch Ool as he fell?
No, you're too far from Wool, unfortunately.
Really?
Ping, you are kind of same thing. You feel the force around you, but it is not pushing back.
all
All
right.
right. Last round. Gil, you are up.
The range is 60 feet.
What? Oh, are you? Oh, do you want to use slowing descent on him? I thought you meant catch him. Like,
Yeah,
gonna
no,
catch him.
yeah, with my range, try to cast slow descent on him, so that way I...
Oh, perfect. Yeah, you could definitely cast slow descent on him. So yeah, so that would, when he gets back, let him know that he gets that 9 damage back.
Okay, I will take off the 2 force points.
All right. How's Gil getting that last leg of the journey?
He is going to absolutely be cocky and start, as he's going, occasionally stop on a couple rocks, flip his back onto the wall and flex a little bit in different poses
He's
as he's
gonna,
going.
like, climb upside down, you know.
All right, give me an athletics check with disadvantage.
I was hoping you would say that. 8.
Oh my god.
So as Gil just kind of feeling himself a bit much, he's kind of climbing and he tries to do the backwards climbing, but one of his hands kind of slips and picks a bad hole, and it starts to crash on him. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Is this an effect I can see?
This is,
Plummeting to my death.
To hopefully you catching yourself with on the rocks.
Got it. Oh no.
Give me one more to see how far you fall. All right. You try to catch yourself the first time, just completely whiff it, but you are able to the second time, getting closer to your friends. Catch yourself on the rocks.
Skill is like digging 2 of his arms into the rock as he's slowing down from the fall. He's just grinning wildly underneath the mask, just like, "Hey, how you doing?"
So Ping, you can tell like he's got a smart ass comment that he's gonna make, and he goes to say it, but then he remembers Noru, and he just like looks sideways and just doesn't say anything.
I think that this entire encounter, we can just be like, none of us can say anything to each other. We're all just embarrassed. We're just like, I'm sorry. Like,
Gil's having fun.
Like, I didn't... This was not a good time.
One of those moments you guys will just never speak up again.
Like, this didn't happen.
Hey, which one of you want me to put you on my back? Come on. You not only you need it, it will be fun. Come on.
Oh, and actually, give me a d20 check too. I forgot about that for you.
That one, here we go. Oh,
so,
dang.
yeah. So you feel the force behind you again as well. Especially after you hit the fall there.
Actually, you know what? Gil's actually gonna turn around and call out to the force, like verbally. Hey, what's the matter? You're scared now? Big bad dark side can't tangle with the Mandos.
Oh, that's not a good idea.
You can take the Sith, the Jedi, but the Mandalorian's too much.
Nice. Gil taunts the force. Noro, you are up.
Roll intimidation. I'm gonna go for another athletics check.
All right.
Oh,
Nice. There you go.
I'm not. I might not die.
He's gonna high five you as you come up to him.
All right, D20.
D20. All right. 6 is
It's
what
the
was
thing that
6
always gets
again?
me, except for the
That-
-1 or the natural
I
one.
think that's a force. That is the force push. So you feel something just kind of pushing against you as you're climbing. Give me a dexterity saving throw. Nice.
Hey.
Yeah, you kind of got this climbing thing down. You're now able to kind of put up your own force shield and protect yourself as you're kind of trudging through the mountain.
Nice. I don't fall.
Yep, you don't fall. You're able to keep your grip.
90 feet in the air. I sure hope I won't.
All right, Rin, you're up.
All right, same old, same old. Just gonna
360. Are we
claw my way up. Seeing how this goes. Okay, first off, acrobatics. And then we'll do the dex save with the +3, thankfully.
Perfect. Yeah, without that +3, you would have been in a bit of trouble. But
Okay.
luckily, you are able to jab those claws in and keep yourself rooted. You see it start to slip a bit, but luckily, you're able to compensate just in time.
Okay. Yeah, a bead of sweat runs down her face, but yeah.
Perfect. Give me one last d20.
Yep.
All right. You feel the force kind of surrounding you and attempting to intimidate you. Give me a wisdom check.
Oh man. Wisdom check or save or
Or save, sorry.
you're good. Wisdom save. Not gonna. Yeah, that seems about right.
So luckily it won't matter for you much, but as you kind of finish that last leg of your journey, you kind of just feel a bit of fear and just horror through the force, as you kind of just a little terror from the mountains. You are frightened of the mountain.
Okay.
All right, Ooh, you are up.
All right, stand back up from my fall, and
Oh,
Did you-
also,
Did you know
Noru
that you, yeah.
cast slow descent on you, so you didn't take the 9 damage.
okay.
Being helpful.
All right, so yeah, just kind of recatch myself, and as the fear has subsided a little bit, maybe lean into a little bit of a stubbornness, and just gonna keep going. Just try to keep plowing through. I will try and look to the force again for some assistance, for some guidance. But yeah.
Perfect. Are you gonna try to jump it, or are you gonna go athletics again, or do something completely different?
Yeah, just athletics.
Okay. Sweet. Oh, nice. Yeah, you are able to kind of reach out, find that force connection, and are able to kind of grip it and start finding your placement in there. And give me a 1d20. Sweet.
Ooh.
Not only does the force not try to push back against you, you're also able to call upon its power and push yourself up a little bit further, even.
I'll take
All
it.
right. Ping, you're up.
From Gil.
How far up up the mountain are we?
You guys are 60 feet up.
But like how high on the mountain? Like is it a 200, you know?
You guys are about halfway up, but you'll also notice kind of when you get past where you guys currently are, it gets a little bit easier, a little less kind of treacherous. Makes it for a quicker, less difficult climb, we'll say.
Okay.
Right. So Ping is gonna kind of look around, see if he can find another perch. Not feeling super confident in his ability to kind of stick that. He's gonna kind of remember that that the force tried to guide him to start this off, and he's gonna kind of go back to that and just make a athletics. He's just gonna try to climb that the path that was given to him.
Perfect.
So 10.
So if it wasn't for you, I gotta be using the force to find that easier path. You would have fallen down, but luckily, with Ping kind of using his kind of street smarts or his force sense, he does find that easier path. And makes his way up. So that is we're kind of in the rolls there. How do you guys if anybody wants to add the extra flavor to the rest of their climb? Does anybody do anything crazy for that last little bit?
I'm leaning into. I think I'm gonna lean into another line from the code. As I just felt like I feel like I shrugged off the fear and whatnot and really gained some stride there, as just through the back of my head goes through power I gain victory.
Nice.
Yeah, Ren is just doing just like she's doing, using Pathfinder, trying to help her buddies here a little bit, you know, climb up the mountain. But yeah.
After all of Gil's cocky remarks, I'm gonna see if I can beat him up the mountain.
Gil's going to let
Go.
him win.
Let's go.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say contest a check, but
No. Gil's gonna make it. Can I roll a deception actually to make it seem like he
Oh, that he-
wins fairly?
oh, I was just about to ask if you wanted to make it seem that way. Definitely, yeah, for sure.
Against my insight.
Yeah, I guess you're inside.
We're doing this one way or another.
Oh, no. Like Gil obviously takes a temple at one point, but he's clearly actually holding on still with one of his arms.
Oh no, I am falling. Oh no. Oh, why did stop going?
Perfect. With Noru just kind of glaring at Gil as Gil theatrically tries to do a prop fall from the mountain. You guys are able to make your way up. And once you get up, you see kind of the temple not too far in the distance with a little bit of pathway around you. You'd see kind of some kind of twisted greenery, some the jungle scenery, but it looks almost like a doesn't look like you would expect. It looks like it's been almost warped a little bit. It's darker than you'd expect. Just more with some of the foliage you see more thorny than you'd kind of anticipate. And one of the most interesting things is you don't see any wildlife around you. No birds, no crickets, nothing around you. Kind of an area that would typically have some type of animal presence.
Is there anything in this temple that stands out? Like
So
any idols, artifacts?
definitely.
anything?
So you guys are still a bit from the temple, but you can definitely see it in the distance. So it's got kind of. Let me pull up the.
Are
so
we
a
still
similar
among? Are we still among some flora?
Oh, you definitely.
So,
yeah.
does
No,
that-
sorry. I was confused.
Plants.
So no, yeah,
Yeah, plants and trees. Do those look dead?
so not dead, but they definitely look kind of warped. You see that it looks like the more some of the vines have more thorns than you've seen in other places. Some of the trees are just growing kind of crookedly with a wicked look to them. It just looks deformed from the other kind of foliage you've seen during your time on Yavin. It has a similar look to this temple, but a little bit smaller. But even from a distance, one of the things you see that kind of stands out is the kind of an onyx, so black, or almost ebony statue of kind of a man. You can't make out the defining features, but you can see it from your point of view.
So it's something that we have to climb up further too.
Oh no, just so no more climbing, but it's kind of a flat trek there. But you still have to kind of make your way closer to it.
I just kind of reach out.
I was going to cast telemetry on it.
Is telemetry touch?
Yes.
Okay,
I
definitely.
mean, I'm going to approach it. Yes. So, whatever force maliciousness will unleash itself upon me, but that's what I'm going to try to do. Like, I'll see it and I'll be like, I want to know more about this telemetry.
Perfect. So yeah, so a little bit of ways in between you, but definitely when we get you close to that statue, we can definitely cast that force telemetry on it.
What is our do we have a specific goal here at this temple again?
Basically, they just want you to face the darkness within the temple. Master Hadlar wanted you to kind of find yourself, or he kind of feels that you guys are not fearing the dark side, but not truly kind of embracing your role within the Force. So he just wants you to confront it. And basically, he would have gave you a little bit of a run through. This is Exar Kun's former kind of home temple.
Right. Okay.
He kind of was almost soaked within the dark side since his passing.
I'll just kind of reach out initially through the force just for any guidance of, where to go from here.
Perfect. Give me either a perception or a force check, your choice.
I had 9.
Perfect. So as you reach out, you feel this place is saturated with the dark side, but you're able to push past it. And especially with you kind of embracing the new kind of the Sith code, and kind of almost taking strength from the dark side, it almost gives you a little bit of clarity to see beyond just the kind of the haze of the dark side. You notice definitely the concentration stronger near the temple, but one of the things that kind of takes you by surprise is you feel life forms, sentient life forms, kind of near you through the force. You feel a couple of different variations of them. Definitely similar species going through, but you do feel them closer and kind of clustered near the temple.
Just turn to the group and not super quietly, but still just say, we're not alone here.
So Ping is kind of trying to catch up. You can tell like he's not used to this level of physical activity. So he's kind of got his cane and he's kind of puffing a little bit. He goes, guys, maybe we'll take a little bit of a breather before we go find all those guys.
Let's take 5, guys.
Yeah,
Short
I'm
rest,
actually
short
tempted to
rest.
say we don't go into this temple. Because as you should know, rather, especially you, Ren, Mandalorians find it dishonorable to take on something so underneath them.
That wouldn't
This temple has
that
had
wouldn't be
nothing
that wouldn't
on
be
you.
fear, Mandalorian, would it? I've never seen a scared Mandalorian before, but hey,
Oh, you misjudged me, no. This temple and the force all around here's had nothing on me this whole time. I got to you guys quick. I got up that mountain. I had myself some fun. It's not gone through to me at all, unless you count
Not that
getting
we've
through to these
not that we've
goons.
seen. Not that we've seen.
Ren just sort of raises her eyebrows and doesn't say much.
Do I get any sense that we would be able to sit for a bit and meditate or just kind of relax?
Definitely, with that score, you can feel them in the temple. You don't feel them outside at all. You don't feel them moving. You feel them kind of almost like they're where they're supposed to be. They're not really kind of going around or searching for anyone. So you definitely feel like after you kind of observing them for a bit, you should be able to get an arrest without.
Okay, yeah, I'll
stumbling
just kind of
across
relay
them.
that. Say,
I have a question.
Doesn't seem majorly hostile.
Nice. Yeah.
The darkness. You said it's like a temple area. Is it like a super dark temple, or is it a type of temple that is obscured?
What do you mean?
Is it like unnaturally dark, or is it just like it's just light doesn't
Naturally.
get in that far?
Oh, so yeah, so it's the temple itself. It looks like it's kind of built out of dark stone. So the light still kind of passes through. The structure-wise, it looks like it's just both the temple and the statue. It looks like it's built out of dark stone, maybe some type of even volcanic style rock. Just it's got a kind of a real, kind of a darker look to it.
Salt
So
or
it's
something.
it's not that it's poorly lit. It's just it's a dark.
Oh,
You know,
definitely.
area.
Yeah, with the
Okay.
construction. Yeah.
Okay. I was about to say, I was like, maybe I get to use stealth after all.
Perfect. So-
While we're taking our rest, Gil's gonna look to the group a bit and say,
Hey, before we actually head in here, when it comes to the dark side, it's gonna feed on whatever you keep bottled up. So if anything needs to get something off their chest now, I think we've been traveling long enough for most of us not to judge each other too harshly.
After all of the stuff we've gone through, would I be able to tell that Uhl had been struggling, or
I will leave that to Ula. If he does approve,
as
though, you can
soon
definitely
as
give
he
an insider check.
returns?
Oh, yeah.
I'm here. I'm just cranking up my desk.
Never mind.
I was gonna say that. Now that I look smaller.
He shrunk.
Trying to think of like, 'cause I think it's a little bit more internal. So I would say, I guess either Noru perception or insight check, whatever feels most appropriate, and then
We'll take it from there.
let's see.
Would I be?
What would
I'll do
be?
per-
Yeah. What do you think would be kind of showing my resolve or whatnot? I mean, kind of like a passive, like.
Because
just a-
I'm
just a
trying to be
charisma
like
check?
what I'm trying to do, like my intent is to be like, I see you feeling bad, and I'm going to try to encourage you and
Yeah.
sympathize with you. So if there's
Yes.
I'm not a bard. Actually,
So-
kind of, I'm a bard, but
So I think that would work. We could do definitely kind of because Ul's probably trying to make it seem like it's more trying to keep making stuff look put together and trying to keep it outside of the group. So yeah, we'll do like a passive charisma. We'll do so that probably what are you +4 or +3 in charisma? Ul?
3, so 13.
13. All right. So insight check me to DC 13.
insight.
All right. So Ul, I'll let you describe kind of what he sees, kind of what he's feeling from you on this side.
Yeah. So, you would just see. Yeah, you would see moments of just, a lot of blank stares, things like that, and maybe just a few, I don't know, eye twitches or just something in his eyes that look dark, and maybe a twitch of one of his mouths on either side that's almost a grin of enjoyment or appreciation in some of this. Here and there, it's definitely, I think, fleeting, but I think that those would be the outward symbols.
Yeah, and Noru picking up on this would be able to be like, hey, Ul, it's I understand. I don't exactly know the things that you struggled with, but we all have our burdens to bear, and it's it's more important that we keep trying to fight the you're not helping. You're not helping. I'm getting laughed at. I am not a guidance counselor. It's more important to try to fight the darkness than it is to, always peer in the light.
Inside, I have a definitely different response, but externally, I'll just kind of nod and
This is just for flavor.
just
so
say,
camaraderie.
I appreciate your thoughts and your inspiration. And that's really all I'll have to say.
Perfect. So you guys, you get the short rest in, and as you guys are resting, you do feel kind of your crystals start to react a bit. So everybody, give me a force check to see how you attune to your crystal.
Or lack thereof.
We'll see how this one goes.
Yes.
Second year. Force check, force check, force check. Let's go!
Oh
All
god.
right.
Oh my god.
Hey!
Fuck off.
Oh, that
That's
is
not
rough.
as bad as it was.
Tempted to.
You did get a short
say-
rest, Red, if you want to throw on a Defiant.
Is that short rest?
I'm pretty sure, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, you're right. Oh, I totally forgot about. Is it okay if I roll my hit dice as well? Because I forgot
yeah.
to do that. Okay,
Sure.
thank you. Yeah, no, take a Defiant. Go for it.
D4.
Yep, D4.
You roll it. So it says
Probably
you
a good
roll it.
idea. Oh, he did. Okay.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You go. Oh, I did give you guys another inspiration
I will-
going through, especially with Ull's Dark Journey. So you guys are at 3 out of 6 inspirations if you want to use one.
So I will flavor that as basically resistance, I think, to the help. I'm frustrated with, again, just this not connecting and that sense of help from Ren. I shrug it away.
Ren sort of looks a little bit hurt. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, for a minute, I thought you were like, I was like, Ren, how many hit die do you have?
Yeah, no, not that many. I went over a little bit, but we're good. That's pretty low still.
Can you choose to fail his roll with that?
I was
with, like-
Gil did fail, so that kind of helps.
Okay, well, yeah.
There we go.
Oh wait,
but,
I didn't get.
Noru, Ping, and Ren, you guys did succeed.
Hey.
So Noru, Ping, and Ren, the Mandalorian and the non-Jedi are able to tune to their crystal and are kind of so you kind of start to glow and almost start to match your own resonance. So you kind of feel a bit of yourself within the crystal.
And this is out of how many? 4 checks?
So 4 checks. So there's one more check left.
Okay.
And it was like 3, 4, like the upper tier, right? In
Yeah.
terms of like, it was you either get 1, 2, 3, 4.
Exactly. And, yeah, 3 and 4 are the same tier for the prototype.
Just making sure.
So you and Ping kind of are successful in it, and Nora, you have one more roll, and Gil and Wool. Oh, sorry, Gil, give me one more. I forgot to do 2 for you this earlier, so give me one more roll. You could definitely fail it if you choose.
Let's see the roll first. Chances are, though, he may choose to fail it. Yeah.
That's the seeds.
Then he'll choose to.
Oh my god.
So, Gil just kind of rejects the crystal as it starts to kind of glow and starts to resonate with them, and just kind of turns it away.
This is what I
Could
call
he
pod
put,
racing.
While rejecting the crystal, could he still put just a tiny bit of himself into it?
Just a little bit.
tiny bit. But not
Definitely.
to really connect him to it.
Good. So you, almost in your rejection of it, you gotta give it a bit of your own stubbornness, your own Mando pride, as you reject its help. All right. Sweet. So that is everybody. Perfect. Anything else you guys wanted to do during the short rest? Or you guys good to move on?
I'm gonna have
How-
my weapons prepared.
Right before we sat down, I guess I've got some Len data I could use prior to the short rest that could refresh. So if anybody else needs a few more, some more help to top off, would do that.
I already used my hit die, and that brought me back up to full.
Okay.
So
Yep,
I
same
am
here.
ready to go.
All right. Ping, you good?
Yeah, I just rolled some hit die.
Okay. All right then.
Perfect.
Let's go.
You guys make your way closer. Closer to the temple. You don't see nobody kind of comes out to confront you. You don't see anything kind of blocking your path, but you do just kind of feel the dread of the dark side just increasing with each step that you take. Everybody except Ull and Ren, give me a force check. Sorry, wisdom saving throw.
Mhm.
Perfect. So Noru this time, roll me 1d4. All right. So same thing as Ul. So as you're walking through, the dark side just kind of creeps into you, just kind of swarms around you, and it shows you the scene of your greatest failure. Just the time you tried your hardest to accomplish something, and just nothing worked for you. The force itself let you down. What does Noru see as he's walking through?
So this will be back when he was on the. I'm guessing he was probably reporting, doing a scouting report or submitting some report from his, scouting on Malachor, and seeing the devastation that was brought on by the mass shadow generator, and the impact of Malachor, and just seeing that everything that he sacrificed for and everything that he left behind, he sacrificed almost in vain. It's just we did this, we fought for all this, and now this is the result. So it just kind of left him feeling grim and really what's the right word?
Morose?
Pessimistic about
Pessimistic.
a lot about the force and life, and it just kind of drained a lot of that youthful zeal out of him that he had since he was young. So he just kind of just zapped that out of him.
Nice. So you see that kind of play out, the scenes from Malachor, the devastation of both the Mandalorian and partial the Republican, or not the Republican, the Republic fleet out there, and you kind of come back to yourself back in the jungles on Yavin.
I'm just probably gonna just take a minute and just try to focus on the now and try to push these thoughts out. It's that was many years ago. I'm better now. I've grown. Just kind of try to do that to myself to try to fortify, my resolve.
Perfect.
I have the brain of a goldfish. Do I roll a d4 too?
Oh, nope. So I basically just picked the lowest score on that one.
Yeah.
So lowest score that's under 15. So luckily everybody's always rolled one under 15, so it made it easy. But yeah, so Nora, you kind of feel that memory, feel that darkness kind of come around you, but it kind of flows in as it flows out as it flows in. You're back to yourself. And after a bit of walking, you guys are able to make it towards the temple's entrance and by the statue of Exar Kun. And you want to cast telemetry on it?
Yeah, I would. I just want to verify that I haven't. How many force points am I down to? Because I cast heal this session. I cast force
Slow descent.
slow descent. I don't remember casting anything else, right? So I think I would be down to 5 force points, and then from
So that'd
here.
be 6 you've used.
Yeah. Okay. Wait, 6? Well, with telemetry, it would be 6.
Yeah,
Okay.
with telemetry.
I'm pretty sure I went from 9 and used 6.
Perfect.
Okay. Yeah. Is that right?
Do you get any back on a short rest?
No, I don't.
Okay.
So I would be down. Not a lot of force points, guys. But I will cast telemetry on the idol. It will give me I basically get to identify if there are any force powers or any force, if it's a force object, if it's a magical item, but also I'm gonna try to do the is Caden Jarek? I forgot who
Oh yeah, so from the new ones, Cade and Jarek, also Kulan Voss from the
Colon.
Legends used to use
Yes.
it a lot too. Yeah, so as you touch it, you kind of you kind of I'll give you the easy parts first. We're gonna see a little bit of a vision too. So it isn't imbibed with the force on its own. You do feel like it's almost got like secondhand force. So it's not force enhanced by itself, but just by sitting in this spot, witnessing the different things that it has, it's almost kind of soaked up a bit of it. And as you touch it, your mind kind of goes back and you see. Just a number of different visions. One of the first being you see the beings that made the statue. You see, I'm not sure if you'd recognize them, but you see the Masasi. Kind of a Sith slave species. You see them kind of with their red skin, kind of bulky appearance, just kind of constructing this statue as Exar Kun watches on, eyes just kind of radiating that just Sith golden glow. You see, after the statue is constructed and the temple is made, you see time later the Republic coming in and kind of bombarding the planet and taking out the Masasi, taking out the other Sith who followed him, just kind of destroying the area around the statue. But somehow the statue manages to survive the onslaught. Even after its likeness, or the one whose likeness it was created in, falls.
Are there? So there are no powers currently affecting it. It is just kind of there in all of this, carnage and all that.
Exactly. Yeah. So you see it just kind of there in the carnage. Basically, the last thing you'll see too with the vision is as the Republic is down there bombarding it, the planet. You also notice the Masasi being kind of the remaining ones being called within the temple, and you see none of them really return from it.
Okay. So, would I know that they were the Masasi or the Masasi?
Give me a lore check.
Okay. Big spooky red men.
Pretty much, yeah.
Come fetch. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna let the everybody know. So, this has been here for a long time. Back when the Sith originally were dominant on this planet, and this was created by. Was it created by the Masasi or was it created by the Sith?
So it's created by Exar Kun,
Exar Kun.
but the Masasi were the ones that built it. So he created it for Exar Kun by the
Okay.
Masasi.
Okay. So they just made him like a fancy idol.
Oh yeah, so so you didn't get the lore check, but I was just gonna give you a behind the scenes piece for it. So the Masasi were basically like they're subspecies of Sith, but they basically the Sith used them as slaves. So the Sith species, I should say, but then they became kind of Sith slaves, even past the point where the Sith species was the only Sith.
Right. Okay. I'll pass along what knowledge I had that the Masasi or the big red spooky guys were constructed this idol, and there's is past even the Republic's bombardment of the planet. Is I got that right? And this has been here for a long time. I'm gonna step away and get dinner.
All right.
I'll be right back. I need food.
Lots of history behind this one, huh? I guess there's no time like the present.
Perfect. So you guys going in?
Yeah, I'm going in.
All right. This time, everybody roll me a force check as you kind of cross the barrier for the temple.
Before we do that, would I have noticed kind of the internal struggle that Uhl is going through, and kind of Ren and Naru trying to kind of lift up his spirits and kind of, I don't know, spiritually kind of carry him through this?
Roll me an insight check too. I'll give you that same DC 13. Nice. So you would notice this as well.
So I don't know if the group would notice, but internally, kind of through this experience and the attunement in the crystal and watching kind of the group persevere, Ping will start to kind of change his views on the world a little bit, kind of bring down the walls, open himself up, and realize that there is power in kind of teamship and camaraderie. He's not like, now I'm embracing the balance of the force, but I don't know if the group would kind of see, but his stance would start to kind of shift to being a little bit more open.
They say his heart grew 3 sizes that day.
Learned the most powerful force of all.
Friendship.
Friendship.
Aw.
When you have a heart that big, you can pick up a sled.
All right. Force check.
Yep, so everybody give me a force check. I'm gonna run and get another water real quick, and I will narrate what happens when I
Ping's
get
change
back.
of heart's all gonna be shattered though when it doesn't work, and Ool slays you all.
Yeah,
Ping,
that'll be
I
a
am
fun
planning
time.
on it.
Ooh,
Ooh, nice.
There you go.
We're getting good ones.
it's a friendship.
Give me 1 second here.
Dayman. Defender of the Nightman.
I love that show. I want to rewatch it, but I can only watch it on Hulu, and I dislike Hulu. Watch you get 2 for 1. So what is 2? 2 is what, a premium weapon, or I forgot what the role was.
2 is premium, or 3 is premium. 2 is
No.
no. What's the blue one?
Maybe prototype at top, right?
Oh yeah, prototype. That's it. So advanced is 4, prototype is 3, premium is 2.
It's so Gil, Ul, and Ping. Actually, Ul, you are Gil and Ping. Roll me 1d2. Or one of you roll me 1d2.
I'll give it to you, mate.
Nice force checks.
Oh, am I rolling? Sorry.
Yep. You roll that one. Nice. So you three, as you walk through kind of the threshold of the temple, are all confronted with the dark side kind of swarms around you, but rather than torment you or try to plague you in some way, it shows you kind of not a vision of the future, but a vision, just a vision of the Force. It shows you something that just kind of has been plaguing almost the Force itself. It shows you one of the hunted, or one of the hunters that has been hunting the Jedi and Sith alike. So Ping, we'll start with you. So Ping, as you walk through the temple's kind of threshold, you feel like just immense pain. So you're not hurt. It's not your pain. You just almost feel the pain of the galaxy as you walk through. You see, as you walk in, you see the Force kind of clouds your vision and shows you different battles. You see the Mandalorian Wars, and you see kind of a saber just chopping down foe after foe. But you see blaster bolts and knives and things just pierce the one wielding the saber, but he does not yield. You see this figure continue on from the Mandalorian Wars to the Jedi Civil Wars, continually just slaying different things, spreading this pain around the galaxy. But you also you feel that the pain, some of the pain you feel is the being's own immense pain. You see from the number of different battles he's taken, his scars, chunks of his flesh is missing. He almost looks half rotted as he kind of emerges through the kind of the different wars. You almost feel that he's hunting the Jedi and the remaining Force users to spread his pain to the rest. Gil, you on the other hand, as you walk through, you feel immense hunger. So as you walk through, you feel almost like you haven't eaten in years. You feel starvation, almost like your insides are gnawing against each other. Not just through kind of your own physical presence, you feel hunger through the force. As you walk in, you see kind of the darkness spreading, just kind of consuming everything in its wake. And you feel as it consumes, it just kind of keeps ramping up, needing more and more. And you also kind of see a vision of some of its past dealings. And one of the things that kind of stands out to you is you see a planet, and within it, you almost feel through this being's force presence. You feel different lights of the Jedi on the planet, just feeling a real strong force connection to this planet. And as you get closer and closer, you eventually see the shadow spread out and just consume the planet and just devour Qatar. And you would recognize this planet from some of the hollows you've seen on the news recently, with the kind of last Jedi Enclave being just completely destroyed on Qatar, along with most of the life on the planet, as this kind of dark shadow within the Force just consumes it with its hunger.
Could he roll a force check or an intimidation check to try and drive this out of him? Like, drive this away.
You're gonna
this
scare away the
vision
vision.
and this feeling.
All right, give me an intimidation check.
Alright, then that one.
All right.
Not that
Uh,
bad.
so you see, he's not able to intimidate the Force, but Gil is able to. He's a man, though. He kind of digs deep. He kind of shakes his head off and kind of shakes these visions away after seeing the destruction of Qatar. It just kind of goes back. He's a mandler. He doesn't have time for the dark side or Force visions and such. But you do kind of see just kind of that devastation of Qatar. Just kind of takes a bit to fade away. It takes a bit to shake off as you do. But Ool, you see a completely different threat. So while the others saw pain and hunger, you see kind of almost a more insidious one that's a little easier to spread through the galaxy. You feel fear. That kind of fits into it earlier. Yeah, so you feel fear. You feel that this kind of terror spreading through the galaxy, and you feel it just kind of you see kind of the progression of the galaxy, and you see the fear growing with it. So you see Exar Kun's civil war 30 years ago, the devastation that brought to the Jedi and the galaxy, and you feel the fear that generated, both within the Force users as well as just kind of the normal citizens. You see the Mandalorians riding into war on their Bessalist, ravaging planets, destroying systems, putting the Republic to the brink. You see the terror that brought the average citizen. And then you see the Jedi Civil War, the Republic torn against itself. And you just feel that terror rise to crescendo. And you see now just kind of different visions across the galaxy. You see the senator from Caught that you guys tried to take out when you were freeing it too, and you see him speaking to the Senate, urging bills to outlaw Force users and hunt down the remainder. And you see just panic spreading from there. You see the old kind of the former Mandalorian clans rearming themselves, trying to fight back against their old enemies, and just terror rising from that. You pretty much just see it all around you. And then one of the things that kind of comes to mind is you see one man kind of near the center of it. He has kind of deep red skin and golden eyes. And you see him kind of hiding within the shadows, orchestrating different pieces of it, just trying to do whatever he can to spread this fear and terror to the rest of the galaxy. Perfect.
Do I get any
Also-
recognition of anything beyond like maybe a silhouette of the figure?
Definitely. So you give me a lore check. So not too recognizable. You do see so almost similar to Noru's description of the Masasi, but you do see that he's got some kind of tentacles near his face, that deep red skin and golden eyes. Well, he's certain he's heard of this before. He feels like it's probably on the tip of his tongue, but is not able to make the connection right now.
Okay.
Yule's gonna turn to everyone and just say,
Sometimes I think the Force is a bit too vague, and it causes problems, but this was as blunt as a club. Please tell me someone else got that. Anything.
There is something. There's definitely something out there.
I just watched another planet die. I need a second.
Yeah, Noru will sympathize. Been there, done that.
I'm just sort of hanging out. Because
It's like, why is everybody sad?
Exactly. Everyone's all
Like,
sad all of a sudden. Okay. I'm here.
just chilling.
Yeah.
Thought we were having a moment.
Oh, yeah. Taking in the grandeur of it all. Whatever.
I'll tell you one thing. These Sith are just the best architects. These triangles really bring out the art, like the.
They really
landscape.
know their pyramids. Let
Yeah,
me tell you.
they know their pyramids.
I thought I was prepared for anything this temple could throw at me. That I was not expecting. I had so much hunger, so much depth. It was like staring into the event horizon of a black hole, watching it slowly expand. Ooh, you said you saw it too.
Just kind of nod solemnly at him. My visions were, and this is Todd speaking a little bit, that those things that a lot of those things already happened, right? Was this like flashbacks?
Yeah, so most of it was, so pretty much all was flashbacks.
Okay.
You would notice that the senator from Caught, though, looks pretty similar to the way you saw him last time, even with some of the wounds from his last fight, even though they're played up a little bit theatrically.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, just kind of, I'll mention some of the flashbacks I saw, and then yeah, probably mention about Caught, but really just seems there's one central figure to this all.
Okay. That's why you guys were looking like that.
It probably would be a little weird for Ping and Ren, or Ping and Ren, when everybody else just kind of stops and like, kind of has a little forced daydream.
Yeah.
Something.
Perfect. So you guys proceeding forward?
Yeah. Ren's all good to go.
Did I miss anything?
hesitation. You'll march on.
Somber discussions about the Force and existential crisis.
Basically.
Yep.
Well, life is hard, but together we can make it better.
All right. Well, perfect. Would you guys do proceed deeper and Somebody give me either survival or perception check.
I got survival.
I can help.
Alrighty, that's a 9 for survival. But if I'm getting helpful, roll again here.
All right.
Hey.
Yes. With Thing's assistance, you could kind of feel, you kind of scout your way through and see that there's a path that's almost calling to you a bit, leading deeper within the temple grounds, kind of leading down beneath into the temple.
Ooh, okay. We're going.
You guys proceed through. Nothing kind of targets you, but you do feel kind of the presence of the dark side growing stronger and stronger as you proceed. And after a time, you get to kind of a large ornate door. You see kind of gold and kind of a platinum lettering and designs on it, and you see it is shut.
Oh boy.
Any,
Just cheer me up. And he brings out this battering ram.
Gosh.
is there any
You have a
the
portable
symbols or
battering ram, right?
whatnot? Anything recognizable?
So you see one symbol that you guys can recognize because it's in basic, but it has the kind of like the Exar Kun, and you see kind of like almost like a little symbol for like home. It's kind of in basic. So you see it written out Exar Kun, and then like a little house symbol.
Really in the belly of the beast now, aren't we, guys?
I want to hit the door. Can I please hit the door? I don't get to use this ram much.
I mean,
Before-
what if it's
before-
just open?
Before you hit it, well,
Well-
I learned this whenever I played a barbarian. As much as fun it is to hit doors, sometimes check if they're open.
Yeah.
No, but that's the
Because
thing,
you
though.
remember I would punch down doors and then it'd be like, or boop.
Jill doesn't care. If it's open, they'll just make a bigger thwack.
Give me it's a battery, probably athletics. Yeah, give me an athletics check.
He's getting permission from everyone else.
No,
first.
I'll definitely not allow that.
Is it the
would just
fact
be
that
like,
it's- we've been
Why
through
does he
this?
carry a battering ram around if he doesn't get to hissing? Go for it.
Is
bud.
it the fact that the battering ram is in the shape of an Athoran? I can explain that.
It wasn't before, but now it is.
I'm just gonna back away from him just to give him plenty of space to really get up some velocity.
And I need this.
Yeah, Ping is actually going to try to like convince him. Be like, no, you got to get a running start, bud, and then like go through some like motions, like really have him just try to throw himself into it.
If he gets the okay from him, he's going to do it. He's absolutely going to do it.
As the battering ram,
I'm gonna
makes
reach out.
contact with
I'm
it,
gonna just reach out to the
take
force and see what I get.
Give
2
me a
damage and force damage.
perception or force check. Nice. You feel almost like you're near kind of the heart of the darkness that's been kind of plaguing this area. You feel it kind of swarming, but you also, you feel some of those presences you found earlier. You feel them along the other side of the wall as well.
Do I
Come
get
on, man,
any
this is a Sith temple.
inkling
It's made for
that?
this.
Do I get any inkling that if he goes through with this, that there will be backlash?
Yeah, 16. So you can, and as you kind of feel your way through, you can tell that
All I need is the tiniest hint that if I think there's any backlash, that's all I'm going for.
Yeah. So yeah, you don't feel like nothing's worse is gonna happen to you if he does this.
Not to me, but to him.
Oh, to him. Nothing like terrible. Well, he's gonna nothing terrible. Yeah, nothing really bad. Nothing.
Okay.
But something could happen.
Something could happen.
It's gonna be pretty bad, but it's not gonna be that bad. It's just
I
gonna
mean,
be
it's not
kind
that
of bad.
I reach out and I look at Gil, and then I just kind of step back.
He'll
Ren
absolutely
will follow
picks
that
you up
lead.
I
and
don't
big
say a
hug.
thing, and I just step back.
He's gonna pick you up in the hut. Oh, thank you, man. I've needed this. As he's going to cast Armor of Aboleth on himself, roll his shoulders, his neck a bit, take the battering ram. I think it gives a +4 bonus to this.
Nice.
Let me actually make sure it's in adventuring equipment.
I've never actually looked at that one before, so.
Ram portable. You gain a +4 bonus. Oh, and if one other character helps you use the ram, it gives you advantage on the check. He looks over to the party. Anyone want to help?
Ren steps back by Uul.
By all means, you are the stronger between all of us. You go ahead.
King offers help through encouragement.
Yeah, you got this, bud.
Hold up, because he has 4 arms, could he man the entire thing?
So you can't give yourself advantage, but you can definitely get that +4 and a good running start. And I'll give you a +2 for the running start.
Alright, he's
Weighs
going to
35 pounds. You've been lugging around 35-pound ram
Yes,
this whole
I
time.
have, and I don't regret it at
Climbed
all.
up the mountain with that.
My God.
Alright, let's do this thing.
So that's a +2 +4, 27 as he runs up and bashes the door in as hard as he can.
And he's running full tilt, right?
Like, this is full force. What if this is going to rebound the exact same force? He's going to get blown back out of the temple.
Oh, well, luckily for you, the door wasn't locked, so you
Yeah.
smash into it, and you just you get like 20 feet in the room, and you kind of so as you. Everybody, so you guys all see the same things, but Gil, you get to see this all up close. So you see the door fly open as you're charging through, all 4 arms just kind of pumping along. And you see 2 of the big red creatures kind of glaring at you, with 2 members of red robes kind of standing behind them with weapons pointed. And you also see kind of like it's almost translucent red, the shape very similar to that statue, almost regarding you with comic amusement as you blast through his door and come running in.
Sorry about the door. Don't worry, you won't see this Authorian following me. Different Authorian. Should I walk back out, pull my weapon? How are we doing this? Because if this isn't leading up to a fight, I'm ready. If we're going to talk first, let me get a 5-second nap. I think I hit
Just
my
him
head.
smash into the door, and then everybody looking at him, and he's like, "Well, this is awkward."
So are we fighting?
Perp says, "Yeah, you'd be over here," and she kind of place yourself through there on that side. So you kind of busted through. That's kind of that little hole over there is where he came through, and you see the spirit like opens his mouth to talk with you, and then it shakes his head and says, "The audacity of inferiors to come into my own home and damage my things.
Thank you.
Well, he says, it is almost sad to think, but he kind of size you up. You may be worth saving. I do need more servants."
Was that a compliment from a Sith?
And he just has this, like, big old gaping smile behind his mask. Just like, oh, he's going to enjoy this.
You see him turn to his kind of the minions and the servants that still follow him. It says, "I sense the force within these ones. Don't kill them. Leave them alive. If you need to
Oh.
batter them and bruise them, knock them unconscious. I do not need their brains, but their connection to the force may serve me well." And you see the 2 red warriors pull out this wicked-looking kind of blade, and then the 2 in the back kind of ready their blaster rifles. And everybody roll me initiative.
I appreciate he's not trying to straight kill us yet.
He'll let us
Let's
get
go.
ready.
Yeah.
Just garbage.
Oh.
Just garbage.
I'm just fighting to eat this Brussels sprouts while
Oh.
Gotta get these Brussels sprouts in my mouth. Let's go.
Ping's just letting you guys go first.
I should do the nat 1 counter. For one of my games, I've got like a nat 1 counter. Where because if somebody gets over 8 nat 1s in one session, they get the whole party gets a feat. And I feel like you guys have had like one of those sessions today.
Be close.
What
Dang,
is
I
it, the
forgot to be
lucky feet?
counting.
Oh gosh. Todd's greatest enemy.
Let me. Oh, I forgot to put the dark spirit in there. He got 7. He did. All right, top of the order. You are up, Gil.
So Gil's gonna look at this ghost real fast and pulling out his shotgun and having his lightsaber at the ready. He's just gonna ask,
So, is it me versus you, or do you want me to head over to your troops first?
You see the shadow, just the spirit, just glare back at you, just not even giving you a response.
Come on.
I would avoid the giant orb in the middle, but yeah. That seems dangerous.
Alright.
he'll leave him alone and go over to here. He's going to rage. Let's see. And for once, where's rage? And for once, he is also going to be going into full-on melee with his vibro sword, no less. I'm not going to apply the rage damage immediately because that kind of breaks my rolls for some reason. But here we go. He'll be reckless attacking as well.
All right.
So that's the first attack.
That will miss.
I remember why I don't go into melee now. The second attack, and thankfully I'm able to re-roll the dice and take whichever toll I want because of weapon mastery.
You gotta do that reckless strikes, my dude.
That was the
That was
Gotta
reckless.
just-
That was.
Yeah.
So that will be 9 damage with rage.
Nice. As you hit into him, you see that blade cut deep, but you see the thing just growl out in pain and rage. You see him take his hand off his axe and try to pop you one. And his reaction, but that will miss.
He has advantage.
Oh yeah, I forgot the reckless.
Bring it on!
Not exactly the reaction I was expecting, but here we are.
So you see him kind of just reach back and just kind of sock Gil one after that blade cuts into him.
Gil is happy. He has someone with fight in him.
You see, he has red eyes just glared into you. It looks like he's ready for that showdown. All right.
It's his turn.
Oh, it is his turn. Sweet. Yeah, it's a perfect timing. You see him lift his blade up. It's actually, sorry, his axe up. And try to slash down on you. That will hit. You see as he does
He might
so,
crit.
he kind of. Oh yeah, with reckless. So one more on that. So natty 1 there. Both will hit. So you see him kind of crack down with his axe while he kind of knees you at the same time. For 11 on the axe. It's 7 kinetic damage.
5 and 3, so that's 8.
All right, Ren, you're up.
Alrighty, Ren, always one to keep her distance, is going to do just that. Let me grab my stuff here. So first things first, gonna use a target lock, just 90 feet, sick. And gonna use that all the way on the one in the upper left there, trying to get the ranged guys out of the way. So our melee folks are, doing all right. So I'm going to use target lock and then start blasting away at them. So let me grab my stuff here. Okay. Blaster Carbine, and then Ranger's Quarry. And no, this one, and then I'll Blaster Carbine again. Oh,
Nice.
sweet. So first one, and then second one will go here. Okay.
Yeah, he is looking a little messed up. 22-30. Yeah, he's looking very. Yeah, he went from being like pretty untouched to barely keeping himself standing. Definitely way past bloodied after those 2 blaster bolts tap him.
Yeah, Ren just sort of, takes a knee and starts lining up shots, and says very quickly to her more melee-based counterparts, "Go and get him, guys. Go for it."
And which one did you light up? Sorry, which one were you?
The guy in the back here. I'm
Right
trying to get
corner.
the snipers, basically, ranged folk. And yeah, we're good.
All right, are you holding position?
Yeah, I'll hold right there.
Okay. This guy, you see him kind of, is it this guy? Yeah, so he is looking bloodied and shaken. But you hear him yell out, "For the glory of Exar Kun!" And kind of moves forward a bit. How far can he move forward? And you see him level his blaster rifle. He's going to take his shot at Nora, though. So you see him level that rifle and take 2 blasts. First will miss, second will hit.
Okay.
Oof,
Ooh,
max damage.
ooh.
Oh, on 1 max. Okay, so 18 energy damage.
Okay.
You see him get a well-placed shot as he goes up against Noru. Are you gonna try to saber reflect that?
Yeah. Yeah, I will.
Alright, so that brings it down to 12. And perfect timing, you are up.
Okay, hold on. Let me, my brain calculator isn't all that great. Sorry, guys.
And we're really just going one after the other here, huh?
It's kind of like trading back and forth, yeah.
Yeah.
Minus 12. Okay. All right. Well, that was not as ideal as I would have liked it. I got a good amount of reduction on that, but not as much as I would have liked. I have very few force points, so I am going to hide. So I'm going to take cover here.
Alright, those are both. You can see little pillars. If you kind of duck down beneath them, they'd give you a little bit of cover.
Would I be able to use the hide action?
Oh, for sure.
Yay! I get to use my mastery. Okay, so I'm going to engage behind this thing, and what's the rule of thumb? Ideal of the fighter. As a bonus action, you can manifest. I don't think I need covert mastery right now.
Okay, so yeah, you just use the bonus action to hide.
Yeah, I'm just gonna use my bonus action hide, and I need to know. When we had our downtime, we swapped my silencer to my blaster pistol, right?
I believe so.
Okay, I just wanted to verify that. Cool. So, who's the one that was terribly hurt?
The one right behind the Sith.
I'm gonna shoot him because I don't like him. I just hear my girlfriend break out in laughter.
All right. 2 shots towards, or 1 shot first, actually.
Wouldn't it be with advantage? Well, hold on. If I'm hiding, I have to take a hide. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So give me a stealth check first.
Okay. Cool. Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Okay. Cool. Now I get advantage on the attack roll, right?
Oh, well, hold on.
Not usually, because once you come out of your hiding spot, you are revealed.
That's what the silencer is for. And then I have to take a.
Noro, you
Okay.
have 3 temporary hit points for starting next to me, so just probably add that back to your health. As does Ping and Ren. 3 temporary.
Yay.
Nice.
So that cultist, I don't like him very much.
Yeah, so you see, you fool the Masasi soldier, you're able to kind of get the position, but the cultist kind of keeps his eyes locked on you as he kind of levels his blaster rifle.
Okay. So I'm not hidden to him, only to the Masasi.
Correct.
Okay. Alright. Alright. I'm going to take 2 blaster shots at the cultist.
All right. And
I
also
just need
too with
one.
so perhaps with the cultists it doesn't matter, but for the hiding thing, you probably want to attack and then hide, so they kind of not know where you were because they saw you kind of go that way. But for this one, the cultist doesn't matter. So give me 2 attack rolls to him.
Okay. I'm gonna burn 1 force point to use my to gain proficiency with the blaster. So that way I'm attacking with my proficiency, which is something that I've forgot to do a couple times. It's okay. So blaster pistol.
All right. That'll hit. Both will hit.
Yeah. All right. Let's deal damage. 5, 7, 12 damage.
All right. That is enough. How do you take him down?
I just want, I jump into cover and then I just jump back into cover. And because he was the only one who saw me, could I make a stealth check because it's a silencer? Eh?
Nah, I'll wait until next turn for that one. All right.
What kind of cover do I get? Is it +2?
Yeah, if you kind of duck down, you will get some +2 cover.
Okay. Awesome.
All right. The other cultist is going to move in a little bit closer. You see it level its blaster rifle on Gil. It takes 2 shots at the raging Mandalorian. I see you get 2 quick and well-placed shots. And you see it. You almost feel it reach into the force after it. After it hits you, and you see it launch a kind of a globe of force energy at you as well. Give me a DC 13 con save.
All right. Before that, though, for the first attack, he's going to use Saber Reflect on that.
Perfect.
So that's already reduced to half. So it is currently 6 and 2d6 to reduce it further.
Nice.
Reduced to 0, so he gets to be able to launch this directly back. It will do the same damage he launched, I believe.
You've got to make a force attack to see if it hits.
Yes.
Jeez.
Nice.
Someone's going to die today. You guys like no
Hello?
patience for this. This dude comes in, tries to
Double
shoot Gil, he
crits.
just like takes his sword.
No,
You're-
you.
Yeet. He's ready. He's prepared. He's got that bloodlust going. Let me get that con save. Let me get those double nat ones out of the way.
Perfect. You block it right back at him. And I'll give you crit damage on that too. So you double that up and send it back to him.
Gil is feeling the force, except that was not with advantage to Constitution.
Ooh, so you are
Ouch.
stunned. Let me roll 1d6.
He is also resistant to force, so this will be reduced to half.
Perfect. So just 1 damage and you are stunned.
Youch.
All right. Ooh, you are up.
All right. I'm going to. Oh, I turned on my dice. Okay. Uhl is going to step forward and on his way is going to cast Valor on,
I forgot. I
um,
had temporary hit points. Sorry to interrupt. I had armor of Ablathon for when this guy socked me in the jaw.
Oh, perfect. How much will you take?
Let's see. So for his axe attack and unarmed strike, he would take the damage from this. Since he only did 3 damage originally with the unarmed strike, so he takes 10 additional psychic damage.
All right. And Ul, what are you doing with Valor?
okay, so casting Valor on Noru, Ren, and Ping. You guys get D4s on attacks or saving throws. But then I will, with that, Apu looking at the gem in the Cave of Wonders, look in his eyes almost, just walks towards the center of the room, towards the large apparition, and just calls out and says, "Call your minions away. We are here to learn. What can you teach us?"
Okay.
That's my turn.
Give me a persuasion check with that too.
Ooh.
Nice. Perfect timing too. So you see the spirit of Exar Kun. He looks kind of intrigued as he looks over to you. And he says, kind of at the blade, because your blade's blue too, like your picture.
Yes.
Okay. It looks and says, you have the you have the trappings of a Jedi, but I could feel you started to embrace your own path. Have you truly come to learn? I can teach you much about the power of the Sith. This is your turn before I'll give you a second to respond before we move on.
Just say, not of the Sith, but of the powers, the full powers of the Force.
He nods and says, well, of course. He looks to the rest of his minions and yells, spare him. Then he looks at the rest of the crew and he holds his action and says, you all can stand down. Otherwise, you will see the full power of the dark side of the Force, and you will not survive it. He's going to hold his action. His other Masasi soldier is going to hold his action. And Ping, you're up.
Hit them while they're down. Nuke them with your force power.
I did not expect this.
Yeah.
The most morally gray one of us now has to choose whether he joins.
Yeah, I think Ping is gonna kind of wait to see how this plays out. I think Ping's reaction would be about the same as my reaction. So he'll step forward a few feet, and he will hold an action himself. I will. I guess I need to specify. I will hold a twinned. Can I hold like a twinned hallucination or a hallucination at the 2 melee guys? The
Oh yeah,
Asari?
definitely, for sure.
And we'll see how this works out.
All right. Gil, you are up.
Gil's coming out of stun. He's just like, he actually takes his
Oh,
helmet
actually,
off.
you are stunned. You
Yeah.
are.
So as he's coming out of stun, he's gonna take his helmet off and just show his completely and utterly shocked look at Lowell. Like, like no like judgment or anything on there, just genuine surprise. And then slowly his face kind of scrunches up as he says,
I just lined up 2 great double kills. I got to ram the door. I got to ram the door. Everything's good. Everything's okay.
and so he's just gonna, he can't really do anything this round, but he's gonna try and chillax.
I'm gonna
himself.
shoot someone if y'all aren't.
All right. This soldier will ready his action as well. Ren, you're up.
Okay, Ren is going to use a bonus action to move target lock onto the Deuterino down here. And yeah, thank you. And then hold her action to blast if more combat breaks out, I guess.
All right. This cultist is dead. Noro, you're up. How do you react?
You guys can't honest. I have gotten too far. I have had too much happen.
Hey, I'm blasting with you if you start blasting.
Okay, all right, let's start blasting. I can't blast that guy, unfortunately. But
It's okay.
well,
Maybe you
actually, I hold on. Oh, unfortunately, I can't. But I can shoot that guy. And then
Please don't kill Steel. I am just where I want him.
Hey,
As this
hey,
guy's
hey,
about
hey.
to like.
I'm trying to keep up
decapitate
my KD ratio.
Hey man, when I was playing Chucks, I would be doing so much damage, and then somebody would come in going pew, and it's just like, oh great, thanks. Okay, okay, then I'll take on this Musasi on the left, and I'm gonna move up on. So you were saying to take the attack action, then the move, then the hide action? Is that
Yeah,
what you
so
were
that's kind
saying?
of the best way to kind of stay unnoticed if you're going to go to a different spot.
Okay. 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 That makes sense. Yeah. 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 Okay. Would I be able to... Could I take the hide action, then attack, then with my silencer stay undetected? Or would I need to take the hide action after I've attacked? See, these are the things that my brain... I make stealth complicated.
So with your side, so if you kind of get in there, so if you're gonna stay at your own spot, you can try to kind of hide in there. If you're gonna, so the moving is the hard part for you. So if you stay in your current spot, you could hide with your silencer. You would have advantage on staying hidden after you shoot. But if you are going to move, that's kind of where it breaks it up.
Okay. In that case, I think I'll just stay. I'll take the hide action, and then I will attack. And then it's a stealth roll to stay hidden, and I
Yep,
need to
and
do that for
with
each attack.
advantage.
For each attack.
I think so for each attack. I believe so.
Okay. Okay. So 2 attacks, each with advantage, and then I roll a stealth roll. Not with advantage for each attack?
No, because so you roll the first one regularly, but since you have the silencer, you roll the one after your shots to stay hidden with advantage.
Okay. Okay. I'm so sorry, guys. I don't
Oh,
mean
no
to
worries.
absolutely grind things to a halt. Blaster pistol. And
Alright, that'll hit.
Blaster
Blast.
pistol.
That will
Wait,
miss.
D4? Wasn't it D4 with Valor?
That's right.
Yeah, yeah.
Still a miss. Still.
Okay. 6 damage.
All right.
And what would I if I miss? Isn't it an automatic? Hold on, stealthy.
I don't think it matters if you miss. So just roll stealth checks, and then Ren, you could take your held attack.
And I need to make 2 stealth rolls for each attack, right?
Yeah, one stealth roll for each attack with advantage.
Okay, each with advantage. Got
Are
it.
the other guys taking their held actions at all?
Oh, they're about to. Yeah, I was gonna have you go
Okay.
first.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Seeing Ren is sort of on the fence about all of this, and seeing one of her friends just start blasting, first instinct to start blasting as well. So this guy already has target lock on him, and just gonna start blasting. Let me go. Also using the Valor too, so we're gonna do that. Whoa! I don't know what
Ooh.
happened there.
That's
But
What
weird.
is that?
So
I
it's
don't
a
know.
26, I think. Yeah, so 26, that hits. I
Okay.
don't know what happened, but that's
I have no idea. And then I'll take off the other things and go here. Man, I don't know why Valor is not working, but it's weird. Huh.
That should hit as
Your
well.
your
Hit as well.
parentheses and
Oh.
stuff are all wrong in there. But you got
Yeah.
brackets and whatever
I
yellow.
accidentally put a bracket instead of the other. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
It's fine. Okay, and then I'm going to get this one back up and hit the other one and
Nice. 12, 18,
You fine?
25. That's just one over. How do you take him down?
yeah. Ran very much like from the hip at this point, having like eased up a little bit, seeing that we were talking. But yeah, just right from the hip, goes for it and nails him.
Perfect. You take him down. You see the spirit just shake his head. Those fools. He unleashes just kind of a wave of dark energy from him. You just kind of feel the dark side welling up and releasing, just kind of tugging at your fear. So I think everybody but Ren needs to give me a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw.
Oh, I'm so glad.
That's something. Can I use Sever Force on that?
So it's unfortunately not a force power for, but
Okay.
roll me a d20. Let's see how it goes. High you say you can, low you say you can.
He uses careful cast on his potential new student, right?
I'm so sorry, Uul.
Oh boy!
Uh-oh.
Oh.
That's thematically accurate.
And you said that was a Wisdom save.
Perfect. So Noru and Uul, you'll not Noru and Uul, Noru and Ping, you will take half damage. Uul, he does kind of throw this at you too.
Oh.
So you take 13
Huh.
damage. Everybody else takes 6 damage, and I believe you are afraid as well.
Okay.
Oh, sweet! You are able to keep your power focus though too.
Nice.
So who else? This guy has to go. So basically, as you see the shots break out, everybody just starts moving at once. And you see the Masasi soldier gonna lift his axe and strike out twice.
Who?
For
7, 3, that's 10.
is gonna bash into Gil, and then you see the other one reach up and kind of load up this little wicked-looking thrower on its arm. It shoots it out. It has 30 range. Can he hit anybody? He will shoot it out with disadvantage at Ping. You see, it looks at Uul for a second, but kind of shrugs. It shoots that over towards Ping.
How?
That is rough. So this won that one,
Yep.
but that one was gonna hit either way. So 9 kinetic damage. You can. It's a ranged attack, so you can't saber reflect that if you like.
Yeah, I'll take a Saber Reflect on that.
Rolls a 24 on a disadvantage. What sorcery is this?
I was like, I could throw up a shield. I'll probably block this. No.
No.
So I take 3.
You take 3.
That's not too bad.
All right. Ooh,
I
you are.
will.
Oh, can I take my held action?
Oh yeah, I forgot you held your action too. Yeah, definitely go ahead.
So I will use Hallucination. I'll twin it at them.
They probably are big dum-dums, so that'll probably be good.
And I forgot how long that text
Whoa.
is. So it's a Wisdom saving throw, and it'll be 17 on the save.
Dang.
These guys have negative wisdom, so that was
Good
definitely
play.
a smart stat attack.
Good play.
Yes.
And actually, they're gonna see 2 Jedi Masters pop into the room and start attacking them.
Oh, snap.
You see the both of them kind of look a little fearful as
Nice.
the Jedi Masters approach them.
Nice.
All right. Ooh, you are up. Kind of curious to see what Uul's gonna do.
with a quiver in his voice, given he's afraid now of this spirit from his blast of energy, he just calls out and says, why would you do this? Why would you do this to someone willing to learn? And then he'll just kind of walk backwards a few steps. And that's my turn.
Give me, I'm not sure which. Give me a little insight in Uhl and give a persuasion or deception check.
He's succumbing to the fear, so
Okay.
Yeah, I guess persuasion, because he's not. I mean, he's definitely being genuine here.
All right.
He's
Nice.
very genuine in his fear. Yes.
Oh man.
The dark spirit kind of smiles and says, "You must learn to embrace the fear." But he looks to his Masasi soldiers and says, "Spare that one. He will make a useful apprentice once this is done." It looks to the rest of you guys. I no longer have need of you, the rest of you alive. We shall end this here. He is going to hover over a little closer. That is that's a good placement, Uhl. What range did I give that? Oh, no, that's different. So perfect. He is going to.
How long does my frightened last?
Oh, so you're no longer frightened.
Okay.
He's gonna do this to Uhl.
To Gil?
No, sorry, to Gil. I
Gil?
mean, yeah.
I was about to say, I was like,
I am going to die.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
not gonna die yet. So you see him look at Gil, and he looks over. Actually, he goes towards Gil and looks over to Uhl. You look at the true power of the Force. Pledging yourself to me, I shall show you how to do the same.
Hello there.
Uhl, Ping, give me a. Not Ping. Gil, give me a DC 15 Charisma saving throw.
Come on, Gil. I
If
believe
If
in
he
you.
possesses the barbarian, we're a little screwed.
Gil, remember we do have inspiration too. Just saying.
It's time to burn that inspiration, boy.
Come on, Inspo. Come on, Inspo.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right. You feel the dark presence kind of reaching into you, almost trying to take away your own agency. But luckily, you are able to fight back against it and push the spirit out. You hear it kind of howl out in kind of almost annoyed pain, and it is just gonna take a swipe at you in retribution.
I'll get you back, Gil.
That is gonna miss.
Oh,
Gil just looks at the
damn.
spirit. Huh. I've had worse. He looks at the body. That's the worst pain I've felt in a long time.
I don't feel good.
I don't feel so good.
Papa, is that you?
This guy is up. He is going to. Oh, sweet, he can make it there. He is going to get in range with Uhl and Ping, but you see him just kind of give a nod to Uhl as he runs in. It is going to slash down on Ping twice.
Oh.
Oh my god. Oh my
Oh,
god.
no.
9 kinetic on the axe.
Oh,
And unfortunately 9 kinetic on the punch.
my god. Oh,
So
Ping.
18, I don't have a reaction, so I can't do anything. So yeah.
Oh,
that
but it
hurt.
takes 6. How much damage does it take at the start of the turn, being by its sphere?
It's on my turn.
Oh, okay.
And I'm not sure because it doesn't like move, so I actually don't know if it does anything. Like I don't think the hallucination moves. Let me look.
Would the hallucination get an attack of opportunity?
I'm not sure if you can move it, but I'll say you can move it. Let's say it 20 feet out of the spiritual gardens or spiritual weapon range.
All right. So I take 18. Ouch.
Ouch. Yeah.
And actually, I have to make 2 con saves.
Oh yeah.
Get a D4 on
Your
Uh,
saves.
If
Yeah.
that's for your, yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, you get a D4 for both.
yeah.
So first and
Thank you,
then
no.
second. So nice. I save.
Wait. And it's your turn too.
All right. So they will both take 1d6. So I'll roll that as the Jedi's attack them.
Nice. Or with the one will. Looks like, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. So I guess the Jedi will chase him here. Okay. And yeah. So I think I'm going to give that up anyways. And I'm going to, since this guy's in my face, try a Malacia on him.
All right.
Oh, actually, I take that back. I have a better play here. I've never had the chance to use it, so why not? So I'm gonna ignore the guy in front of me, and I'm gonna cast Coerce Mind on this guy down here.
Ooh.
Oh.
Never had an opportunity to use these spells.
Yeah.
So it's a Wisdom save. Or no, I'm sorry, that's the wrong spell.
That's course fine.
Force Confusion. That's the one I wanted. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
So that's still a wisdom save though.
All right, let's do the wisdom save going. Good stat for these guys.
Big 11.
Nice. So, he becomes charmed. The charmed target must use his action before moving on each of its turns to make a melee attack against a creature other than itself. And I'll choose the big guy, the spirit.
Perfect. All right, you see him kind of gripping his axe, rather than glaring at glaring at Gil, he glares at the Sith spirit. And Gil, you are up.
Come on,
Oh,
Gil.
you're not seriously gonna let this guy try and kill us, right? I still have my shotgun. Please say at least something.
So that's not a little turn, so you wouldn't be able to respond, but I'm not sure how he'd be appearing right now, but definitely do some turmoil, it looks like.
Gil's actually going to use a power I thought I put into my sheet. Didn't for some reason. It's a power he learned at 5th level. And I do have a question about this. Magic missile. Or projectile in this case.
Mhm.
How does that stack with Furious Casting, I believe it is? Yes. Basically, what this says is, if I cast a spell that only targets one person, I apply its rage damage to it. With Project, I can technically target multiple people, but if I were to target the same person with each missile, with each bit of debris, would each piece get rage damage or just one?
Let me read it. I think it would just be one, just offhand. Let me read it to be sure.
Is this the same technique that I was trying to get away with that one time? I feel like it is. When I tried to use homing missiles and stack it with, what is it, like, explosion mod thing?
Yeah, I'd say it stacks or it goes for one of them, but it doesn't stack for all of them.
Got it. In that case, allow me to start rolling damage as Gil. He is genuinely thrown off of his game a bit, so he, instead of swinging his sword, he does something a bit more force related, kind of swiveling back into his old habits a bit, not really realizing it. The dice roller is giving me trouble.
Who are you shooting again?
He's going
throwing at?
after
This
this
guy?
guy
Okay.
right here. Yep. Alright, so first roll. 7 damage.
Nice.
Second roll. 4 damage. Last roll. 5 damage. Total of
Nice.
16 force damage.
Oh, +2, so 19. So solid.
I already put the
Yeah, the
Oh,
plus
Jer-
2 is for the first one.
Oh, okay. All right, sweet. Oh, I should
And-
realize that was high. I should realize-
And on top of that, he's gonna use Way of the Flying Knock to get out of dodge.
Oh yeah, Gil's actually look a little messed up. I didn't realize how low you were.
Yep. As he lands right here, all creatures
It really
within
is.
5 feet of him are going to take 2 damage from Flight Knock.
All right.
All creatures.
We'll
Oh,
take
oh,
2 damage. So will you take 2 damage and then give me a concentration check on
Oh
Val?
my god.
Uh,
That's what I was afraid of.
Nice.
Oh my god.
Ooh, just feeling it. The little disruption does not throw his focus off at all.
And at the little flavor at the very end of his turn, Gil's just gonna look desperately. He still has his helmet off. Just look desperately at Ull for anything.
Too bad.
Yeah, the
yeah.
Oh, you know, the soldiers got to attack Exar Kun. I forgot he's confused. Perfect. So you see him lift up his crystal axe, strike down on the spirit, hand punch him. You see with his
Damn.
weapon, it's not enhanced, so it doesn't do as much. Actually, no, the second hit. That second hit does not hit. But you do see it comes through, and it damages the spirit slightly.
Damn. Alright.
All right, Ren, you are up.
Okay, how are the little foot soldiers here looking?
The one in the middle with you guys is looking, not bloodied, but hurt. The one in the back, he's had taken some blows, but he's all right.
Ah, okay. Okay, I am going to bonus action again, reapplying target lock. This time it's going to be to this guy over here. I'm just gonna continue to blast. Hopefully with things working a little bit better now. We'll see how it works.
I'll follow up your attack once
Alright.
once you're done.
Cool. And yeah, I will just start a blasting, and
That'll hit.
I'll take off those 2 for the other ones.
That'll hit too.
Okay, and then first one, and then I'll do this one for the second one.
Nice. Some solid damage off of him.
Heavy hitter Ren just
I know.
pew 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 pew.
I'm trying. Ren's also going to try and move back a little bit, still trying to keep distance. So yeah.
All right, Noro, you're up.
How damaged is the Masasi?
Looking a little bloodied. Still has some decent health left behind him.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to follow up the general the thing that I've been doing,
Yeah,
blasting.
you're done.
So I'm hiding.
Oh,
As
well, he
my-
could see you. You know, he's behind the pillar.
Can I move behind the pillar and then hide?
You could definitely can.
Okay. Squad. Skyrim stealth. Where did he go? Okay. Yes. So I'll take my 2 shots on my my blaster pistol.
Oh, well, give me a stealth check first.
Oh yes, the stealth check. Very important.
Ooh.
Can I get a D4 with that? Or does
not
that
an
even
ability
matter?
check.
Never mind. I'll re-roll the first attack without the
Oh, well,
advantage.
that first hit will miss on that one. We'll just use that first roll for you, but you do have your second one available to you.
Okay. With the
That one-
D4.
Oh yeah, you have a D4, yeah.
Ah,
Just enough.
yeah.
Yay.
6 damage.
Woo! It is definitely wearing him down.
Is that I guess that
Then
is.
Ool, you are up. I am really. What's Ool gonna do?
All right. Ping may
Real
notice
quick,
that.
with
yeah.
that 12 on the attack and a D4 added, doesn't it possibly get hit
Oh yeah.
on his first hit?
Oh yeah. With the 12, yeah. Roll the D4. I forgot about that. Yeah.
So
So
right,
you
yeah.
need a
Oh
4.
yeah, yeah.
you need
Oh
a
yeah,
4.
Yeah.
yeah. I knew.
Come on,
I
get
knew
a 4.
that. Yeah, yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Nice. Multiple hit.
Thank you to Ping. Shadow.
Thank you, Ping.
Nice, solid damage off it too. This guy's barely holding
That
himself
was
up.
maximum damage. So I'm just yeah. Blast. See, I can do. I can do both. I can hide, and we're basically like doing the same thing, Ping. Ren, you're
Yeah.
just doing like 5 times the amount of damage I'm doing. Okay, I'm sorry. Thank you, Ping.
So, what are you thinking?
All right. Ping may excuse me, may notice that there's a wash of emotion that changes over his face, and that would be when the fear drops. And when he comes out of the the frightened state, it switches to a look of betrayal, being betrayed, whatnot, and then he gets blasted by Gil coming over his jump, and he just snaps a glare over at him that is heavy with frustration towards his recklessness. And then he will finally try and gather himself and look about the room and see if there's anything that, thinking back to the beginning of this trial and sensing that this is simply just a spirit, trying to find a key to that. Basically, the genie's lamp. Will wants to kind of just look around. This bright pink-ass thing in the middle is drawing my attention, whether that has anything to do with it. But he's just, Will is looking around to see if there's a shortcut to cutting this guy out.
Where's the off button?
Yeah, basically.
Give me a perception check. Nice. It says you look out. You do see kind of within the swirling kind of energy, kind of that dark side vortex. You do see a crystal within.
Well, I'll be damned.
Within that, does it seem that it could be... Do I get a sense that I could attack that or something? Go after that?
You feel that there's a connection to the spirit and the crystal.
Okay. So... I forgot how to move in this. I'm gonna rush forward. And maybe not all that way. And... ...5 feet. I guess I'll use... oh shoot, it's only 5 feet. I guess I'm kind of close enough. I'm gonna use burst. Well, creature probably isn't gonna count, is it?
No, I don't think so. It's
If that's gonna be a, yeah.
Zoom in real quick, 'cause I'm not sure if it's within range because it's kind of directly in the center of the storm. Yeah, so that would not be long enough range. 'Cause it's
Okay.
kind of like in
Then
this-
in that case, everything is like each creature.
Good old saber reflect, probably, or saber throw.
I don't have that. What about, I also didn't want to get right into it. The other thing would be, I guess, Sonic Scream, but that's not, if it's against a creature and they got to do a wisdom save.
I think
Plus,
doesn't that
isn't
do
that
like
sonic
damage to
damage?
constructs?
Ability has no effect on constructs.
Oh, okay. I thought it was double damage.
Sure.
Okay.
Mm.
I can try shooting it. I guess.
I'll shoot it good.
I promise.
Hang
it
on,
won't
I think I
die.
went 30 feet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll just
So
have
can I
that
get?
one
Can I
Musasi.
attack? If I just swing out even at the cloud, I'm not gonna hit anything right now at 5 feet, am I?
No, without moving 5 feet forward.
Okay. Face strike bonus action.
Nice. All right.
There you go.
Okay.
Figure it out.
So I'm gonna get in close, and I guess I will. If I get a sense that I can't really do anything within range, I'm just gonna be like, all right, screw it, go in and attack.
Perfect. Give me a dexterity saving throw as you gotta run into the
Goodness.
maelstrom.
Oh, you got a inspo.
Alright, so you take 12 necrotic damage as you walk in, but you see the crystal kind of hanging next to you.
All right. Face strike. Advantage. I'm gonna take my advantage on my attack, and I'm going to go ahead and slash out at the crystal.
Nice. You connect with the crystal, and you see the blade kind of pass through, and it shatters. And as it shatters, you see the spirit shrink. You hear it howl out and lose some of its size and potency. And just see it almost start to dissipate, and almost barely cling itself to the material realm.
Let's go. Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is the crystal still there, or is it just kind of broken up?
Oh, it like once you slash through it, it just bursts and shatters. Like
Okay.
It's, like it
But the spirit's still
explodes.
there, other than just it kind of shrunk down.
Still there, shrunk down. You could definitely tell. It looks not. It looks it's barely kind of incorporeal. So definitely kind of like bloody, but for a spirit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brent's just gonna like howl.
Oh, I gotta
do
take
that.
a,
Woo! Woo! Let's go.
13. How much damage did I take? 12. We're good. Okay, I'm
12,
good
so
on.
yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
fine.
Face strike is concentration, actually. So.
Okay. It would
I
drop.
I dropped.
Oh yeah.
That's okay.
Let's forget face strike.
But I gotta take. I guess. Well. Yeah. Anyway. All right.
It's a real weird one for it, but you know.
Because I get that
Perfect. So this.
opportunity attacks.
Oh yeah, true. So the spirit is up. You see it just turn and just look with pure hatred. This kind of works out too. Pure hatred at Uul, and unleashes a sonic scream at you. And you see he doesn't even really. He's gonna move a little closer, but you see he does not care about his lackey at all as he unleashes this. And I'm gonna do this too. So give me a DC 15 con save. I think it's just you, but with advantage.
Let's go.
You see that his magic seems to be
I think
Oh,
it hits
no.
both of them.
Oh, it hits Gil
It
too.
hits
Okay, yeah,
Gil and his other minion.
perfect.
And I think it hits you.
Oh my god.
Oh, it does. Yeah.
Oh no.
Alright,
Oh.
that went a little further than I thought it would. So okay. So Noru and Gil. Oh, nice.
Nice kill.
Constitution.
Or
Yep. And let me give one for these guys too.
oh. I'm right here with the heal though, so it's okay.
Alright, so Musashi Soldier number 1.
Yeah.
fails. Oh, and you guys all have advantage on that one.
Oh. Nice.
What? We have advantage on the save?
Do it again, Noru. Play it again, Noru.
Yeah. Oh well.
Uh,
I was like, it's not as great.
So Noru still fails, unfortunately. One of the Musashi fails, the other succeeds. What did I do for that? 48 psychic damage.
48 psychic.
So 17 psychic damage, and you are stunned until the end of the next round.
Oh.
So you see it just kind of lean back and just howl out in pain and rage. It says you could have had it all. I would have shown you the secrets of the Force, and you would have been able to tame the galaxy. But now you will die here forgotten.
How?
All right.
I don't feel so good.
This guy is going to attack
Oh.
Ping and so one at Ping and the other at Gil.
Oh my god.
So Gil
And
first.
we're both gonna go down.
Looks like
Ping
it's-
second. Shit. Yeah, you guys are probably going.
Yep.
down.
Ugh,
So
looks like
Ping's
it's
or
2 o'clock for me.
Gil's damage, Ping's damage.
Oh
Oh.
my god.
Just enough.
So I am at 5 health, but I think Uhl was next to me, so I think I got my.
Oh yeah, you get 3
You have
temporary.
3.
Temp.
You have 3 temps. Let's
Wait,
go.
no, both of you
Oh,
went.
Gil,
both
both of you
went.
guys do, but
Both
it doesn't
of
really
you
matter.
Have you not
Oh,
used those
yeah.
yet? Gil,
No, I.
No.
yeah.
Gil wasn't. Gil didn't start his turn next to me. I
I
don't.
thought you started right there.
No,
wasn't it?
y'all were all standing around together.
Oh, you're right. Never mind. It does. Does
Yeah.
it refresh every time? You're right.
It does.
I
Yeah.
believe so.
That still
Perfect.
barely takes me. Wait, no, I'm raging. That's only 5 damage. That wouldn't take me down normally.
Sweet.
Okay.
So I think that brings Pig down to 2 or 3, and yeah, so you guys just cling on as this thing just savages you.
And I pass concentration.
And you pass concentration.
Let's
too,
go.
so- so you
Oh my
guys
gosh.
just cling to life. And Pig, you are up.
All right. So this guy down here is stunned, right?
He is stunned. Yep.
Okay.
After this, I'm
Um,
gonna have a word with Hadlar. How did he know that this was going on over here?
I know. He didn't seem very concerned about this.
Yeah.
I also- I think there's a chance this is not what he meant, and we just stumbled on this.
We just randomly
Yeah.
fell into us.
He's like, you guys didn't get the younglings all dressed up in costume? You're like,
so
what?
I'm actually just gonna twin a force shunt at both the melee guys.
All right.
Nice.
So it'll be a. I think it's a strength save.
So the guy next to you fails, and the other guy automatically failed.
Nice.
Nice. So they both take 5 kinetic damage and are prone.
Nice.
How do you kill this guy by knocking him to the ground?
So, somehow I miraculously like hold on and just like with my last bit of energy just grab onto the force and bring them both to the ground.
He drains himself on a rock.
And then Ping is gonna limp away. He's just gonna like.
Perfect. Gil, you are up.
See here. Gil is going to use Seethe. As he's glad they all picked the right side here, but he's not only is he a little hurt, but he genuinely saw that Uhl thought about it.
Alright, so Gil
So-
kind of sees in the corner.
Wait, he's still got movement.
Oh, okay.
He's getting behind this pillar, man. Let me just roll this hit dice real fast. 9. Yep.
Nice. This guy is stunned. Red, you are up.
Yeah. Okay. Ren's gonna use a bonus action to move the phase. Sorry, not phase lock. Is going to move the target lock, and I guess this guy's sort of incorporeal, which isn't great for me. Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking of. Norio. It's like phase lock. She's like my favorite. Okay,
She's the
I'll.
best.
I know. So I'll go. Man, I don't like any of this. How hurts the guy below here, the melee one?
He looks pretty okay.
Pretty okay.
I mean, he's bloodied after that last burst, but he's.
Isn't he also? Is he still under our control, or is that?
Yeah, I'm
No,
pretty sure pink. Oh, did you drop it?
no, I have to keep, and I have to hold my action to keep.
Oh,
Ah,
yeah,
yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
And he is prone too. So
yes.
Oh, okay. Well, that's worse for me. So I'll go for the other guy. I was like, oh, and I was like, oh,
Big spooky baddie.
yeah. I'll go for big spooky baddie. So yeah, I'll transfer the target lock over to him and blast away here. Bam, bam, bam. Let me go here. Woo. Oh. And then I will.
You don't have
Raiders.
Valor anymore, by the way.
Oh, okay. Then that would be the first one would be a 17, and the second one is a 23.
Both wet.
Sweet. And I'll click off Valor, and then I will do first one, and then second one. Ta-da!
Nice. So you see, this should look like it would resist it, but just your gear is so well enhanced, it is able to pierce it and damage the thing.
Nice.
So it is looking real rough now. What's that all together? 17, 24. Yeah, it's looking very near death.
Okay, I'll just yell over. Just hang on, Uul. We're gonna take care of him.
All right, Nora,
I
you're
will
up.
be spinning my turn, spasming on the floor.
Oh yeah, you're still.
You guys go get him. I was gonna be like, I grabbed my holdout pistol and I. No, yeah, I can't do that. So, y'all have fun.
All right.
Yeah. How's Ull gonna handle the dark spirit?
All right, I'm gonna step forward. I'm going to Way of the Salami, and as a bonus action, and slash out. And I'm going to as I step towards the spirit, after I've just slashed out at this crystal, just in retort to what he said. I'm just gonna, kind of say, not to him, but just kind of in general too, that with just anger and frustration in my voice, everything is a lie. And I will swipe out with my saber for my first attack.
All right. That'll hit.
Okay. Force and power times 2.
Nice. Nice. Finish him.
And then second attack. Do I get Isilamiri twice?
Oh, he's already dead.
Oh, is it? Oh, sorry.
He had 22 HP left.
Nice. Okay. So I step away from the dissipating cloud around that crystal, as the spirit had called out to us that we would die here, and just wrestling with everything that's gone on through this entire journey, trying to do the right thing, calling off the spirits, and successfully doing that, but then the force not working with me, the struggles on the mountain. And then coming in here and initially losing faith and, considering for a second that the spirit may have something to teach me, but then being attacked and by him was a betrayal. And just with my full chest, just going to grab the saber, give it a flip, underhand, his traditional underhand grip, and just the heaviest swipe through the spirit, and then just a heavy exhale.
Perfect. You cut the thing down, and you see it like before it even dissipates. The spirit kind of split in half. And you see it just kind of disperse through the temple with a bit of a howl. It does have one last thing, so give me a dexterity saving throw.
Gosh.
Is this other guy still up?
He is, so he is going
Okay.
to as well.
All right, dex save.
Yep.
It's appropriate.
Ooh. Well,
As long as you don't roll max damage, which should be good.
Even rolling max should be fine.
So you see, as he kind of just dies, just suffering, just explode from him, just completely eclipsing the Masasi slave, and giving Noru no damage. Not Noru, Ull no damage. Actually, no, Ull failed, so Ull takes
Yeah.
20 damage. Sorry.
Yeah, and
as
he's
it
knocked.
explodes. Perfect. So you see, just kind of just exploded into that necrotic force damage energy, but you do see that the temple is
Question
still in
again,
flames.
my temporary hit points, do I get those every
I'm pretty sure you get those
round?
started every round.
Okay, then I am up by 3.
3.
Sweet.
I was gonna say, otherwise, irregardless, Ren is going to immediately run up. Just to make sure folks are alive.
I'm going to go and inspect the now I guess what would have been shattered crystal thing to see if there's anything I can kind of gather from.
So we're gonna do that next time.
Yeah, so it's broken as forces, so you won't be able to get that. But everybody, give me one last force check before we go.
Come on, baby.
So you just gotta feel your crystals start to resonate with you after
My
the
gosh.
endeavor, and so Gil, yours still isn't really connecting with you, but Ull's, for a
Yeah,
turn, yours
Ull.
does gotta resonate with you. All right.
Bro, I am one with the force is with me.
I'll say Red and Pink just like have mastered their crystals.
I only have a +4, I don't know why.
Oh, sweet. So, I will let me know what modifications you guys choose. We'll get that out to you. Gil, I feel like I don't know if you've got any successes, so I don't think you get a modification. But you've still got a cool crystal.
I got plans for the crystal. I got plans for
Oh,
the
gosh.
All right. Well, definitely. Let me know what you guys post on your individual threads. Basically, what you guys we'll kind of pick up next session. You guys getting back to the temple and kind of plotting where you want to go from there. I'll probably post some stuff in the Discord though, so you guys can get some options on where to go next.
Do we I made one save previously and I made one save I made one save this session, right? I thought I
Yeah,
made
you made one.
Okay.
Yeah, so you got 2.
Okay. I at least get a premium good. When do you want me to roll for my lightsaber color?
Oh yeah, you can do that now if you like.
Ooh, fun. Okay, I'm excited. Color, color crystals, not enchanting table. So you roll a D100. 1 to 20 is blue. 21 through 40 is red. 41 through 60 is green. 61 through 70 is yellow. 71 through okay. All right. I'm playing the gambling game. My rolls have been nothing but fire so far. 66? What is the 66? 66 is yellow.
Nice.
I get a yellow color saber. Awesome. You see, sometimes you don't lose. It contrasts my Zabraki skin,
All right, guys, I gotta head out. So
Okay.
Sick.
Have a good one,
Alrighty.
sir.
good session. Thanks, Tegan.
Yes.
Thanks,
Alrighty.
guys.
Thanks for the great
Thank
game,
you.
man.
A lot.
you